All right, we're here. What's up, guys? Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Woohoo! What's today? It's Thursday night, Friday morning, one of my favorite days of the week, by the way. Usually because it's pretty busy. Boy, was the daytime stream super busy. We're about 15 minutes late for the stream, but that's not too bad. We are here on time. What's up, guys? Hathim, by the way, is the first one in the stream. Congratulations, Hathim. There's Ever, there's Alex, there's Six. What's up, guys? All right, let's see. We are getting the title started. Oops. Free Pokemon Booster Box giveaway. Live card shop. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. And then we're going to have a picture of slabs. It's looking really nice. So, I have a whopper headache. I don't know what caused it. It's like a migraine. I have my theories, though. I think it might have been the food I ate. That is my theory. I think it's a food headache. Anyways, I took 2 painkillers now. So, hopefully it pays off. Okay. Good. Ah, yes, John Lucas, the 4 boxes of Sneaker Bunko Volume 2. What's up, mister? I got a new job and haven't been able to hang out, says Roscoe. Hey, you do what you got to do, Mr. Roscoe. I'm happy for you, man. All right. Here we are. I'm happy for you. If you got a new job, I hope, do you like it? Is it decent? Job's more important, so you get your job done, and then you come back here and say hi every time you can, okay? All right, so we do have a booster box giveaway. That's what the title says, and it's not a joke. NHCC did a donation, and so it's going to be his booster box giveaway. You guys like it zoomed out or zoomed in, huh? Look at that. There's the zoomed out. We could always run the stream zoomed out. I just zoom in, because I presume people, actually, they tend to ask for that. Ooh. Remember this little Gengar? Hey, what's up, Mr. LaFlame? He goes, what's up? All right, so we got... this box right here is a giveaway. Aha. So it's a lovely thing. We have a lot going on. The gray felt hat Pikachu is done, so I know LaFlame's going to be wanting to see the outcome on that. I hope you pull it. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to say that, but when I open the packs, I open them very impassionately. So when I'm actually operating it, whoever wins, wins. And you know that because you've definitely lost. Yeah, those breaks can be really tough, but I think you've got a 1 in 3 odds. So we'll see what happens, and I'm excited for it. We also have this beautiful guy, the Grid Ninja Gold Star. He's at 1 in 13. We got this Vaporeon Quest sticker. Beautiful card. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Yeah, I guess it's sort of like high stakes roulette table a little bit, isn't it? Bit of fun. We are. Sometimes I have to remind myself that people actually go to the casino for fun. You know, when I was younger, I never went to the casino. When I was younger, well, I mean, it's 21. I guess I'm getting older. But, you know, I think I would go to the casino these days. I'm older. I have more money than I used to. And I think I would go there. Maybe I play poker or something. Poker sounds fun. Poker where you lose money. Or blackjack or something like that. I think I would actually do that. See, when I was younger and I didn't have any money, I think I looked at casinos like they're the worst thing in the world. And now that I got a little spare cash, and I'm, you know, got a house, I got a car, it actually just seems like a bit of fun, you know. I kind of get it now. All right. You guys are here early. Let's give you a spot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and reset this. Tonight we'll be choosing a new rare candy break because we have to choose a new rare candy break. The Pikachu is done. Don't try to buy in. The Pikachu is done. I'll just type this in 29 and 30 so people can visibly see that. All right, so there it is. How many people are here? 32. So you guys are here. No one else is here, so you get an advantage. Okay. Okay, so that's 6. Wow, they're lucky. You got 6. Tammy does a job for us. She's going on. Tammy. All right, thank you, Tammy. Oops. Who updated that, who was it that updated that document for me? Was that Tammy or was that Roger Gray? Okay, so you guys got the first 3 spots and there were only 34 of you. How nice is that? So big advantage being here early. Nice. All right. So Animal Crossing music is decent. Relaxing. You'd like blackjack more than poker if you're not practiced at poker. Oh, yeah, poker's tough. Well, Karis and I spent like a couple weeks where I don't know what happened, but we were just watching poker for like the whole day. Like we'd sit down and we'd be watching live poker and we'd watch it for like 5 hours and we'd actually be interested in it. It was so strange. And it only lasted for like 2 weeks or so. And now we're back to watching the usual stuff. We're actually watching James Bond, The Man with the Golden Gun. I never watched the James Bond series, so I didn't really even consider it before. So yeah, we're watching the James Bond series from the very beginning. The first movie's called Dr. No, and that was with Sean Connery. I'm Bond, James Bond. And it's an interesting thing. You know, there's a lack of realism when you watch a James Bond movie. It's interesting in a different way. It's almost like this larger-than-life fantasy, you know, of being a spy and having this saving the world kind of scenario. And I never really liked James Bond, but it's grown on me. Watching all the movies in a row, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. All right, there's that. I just graduated from my master's. The university was far better than my bachelor's one. Nice, dude. So you graduated, and we're in what? Oh, yeah, this is the time for everyone to be graduating. You're right. Yeah, because then the summertime hits and then people start again in the winter. Wow, congratulations, man. So we got some people graduating. You know, we've been streaming for 6 years, so we got probably people who were 12 years old who are hitting 18 and people who were in college at 18 and now they're 24. Isn't that crazy? That's one of the things I said about collecting Pokemon cards is wave after wave of young people are going to grow up and they're going to start collecting too. So I expect the pool of collectors to actually expand over time. All right, let's stop talking and let's get started, guys. You're going to go through all the way up to Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig. We're going to watch every single one of them. That's what we're going to do. Honestly, the best one right now, we're up to The Man with the Golden Gun, which I was really surprised because I was like, who is this guy, this bad guy? And I recognized it. It's Christopher Lee or something like that, the guy who played Saruman, and he played Count Dooku. He's the bad guy in this episode of James Bond. So I recognized him, but he was so young, I almost didn't recognize him. He was really young. And so that actor's the bad guy in this round, and it's really interesting. We're on that episode, The Man with the Golden Gun. But I think the best one I've watched has definitely got to be You Only Live Twice. I don't know what it is. There's just something about that movie that just had a lot of really, like, I don't want to say strange, but just sort of like captivating moments and ideas, like the underground rocket launcher in the volcano, him doing the yellow face, you know, dressing up as an Asian man. The ninja training in a James Bond movie, like what? Just none of it makes sense. And then Dr. Evil, you know, Mr. Blowfield, with the scar and all that. That was the best. That was the best version of Dr. Blowfield or whatever it is. I think is it Dr. Blowfield? I don't think it's Dr. Blowfield, is it? That's definitely the best one I've seen so far. Is You Only Live Twice, and yeah, that one's. I don't even consider it like a good movie, right? It's not good. It didn't blow me away in a certain way, but it's like you don't forget it after you've watched it. So maybe that is good cinema. Kind of like the Minecraft movie. Like when I watched the Minecraft movie, I thought it sucked. And then afterwards, I was like, wait a second, this was awesome. Don't go to the casino, mister. I'm just back from the casino. I'm down 2.5K. Ooh, yeah, stay away from that. Okay. Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I think the odds on the table here are better than the casino. I really do. I mean that. I think the odds here are much better because the casinos, I think, are greedier. All right. I'm a little greedy. Let's go get those Sneaker Bunko boxes. The last Sean Connery James Bond, Diamonds Are Forever, was originally supposed to be a different actor, but they paid him a record-breaking amount of money to come back and play James Bond again. I don't remember how much it came out to, but it was like, in today's money, it was like $125 million or something like that. I can't remember. And so he's criticized for being kind of checked out in that movie. Like you can tell he's not really in it with his heart. But you know what? He took the entire check and the entire paycheck for that movie, and he donated it to a school in Scotland. How cool is that? Big baller move. Really impressive. He didn't even need the money. Anyways. Ow. What the hell? Okay. Take EB2 off the menu. Thank you. I'm going to take EB2 off the menu. Thought I already did that. Weird. I wonder if there's an older version of the menu. It's not an older version of the menu by chance, is it? There's only one way to know. We're going to look at the English. Excuse me. No, it's not. All right. So hopefully that headache is going away. I took 2 painkillers, not 1, 2. Had a massive headache. I think it was my diet. I think it was what I ate today. I ate like all protein today. Today, here's my whole meal for today. The entire thing from breakfast, 3 eggs. Dinner, 3 hamburgers with a little cheese. Nothing else. And then after dinner, I guess it's sort of like my real dinner, 4 more eggs. And then Karis and I went on like a pretty tough uphill walk for about 1 hour. So I wonder if maybe the headache's a combination of being strained and then eating like that. But I don't eat like that very often, so I think it's the food, because I kind of felt nauseous afterwards. 3 hamburgers is crazy. Yeah, it's actually not a lot of calories. It's just around 1,800 calories if you get lean. It's lean. We went with the lean patties. Okay, so these were from Walmart, and they barely had any fat in them at all. It was all lean. And so I baked them. I didn't fry them. I didn't grill them. I baked them. So they were baked, no oil, so they weren't pan fried. And yeah, just a little sprinkle of seasoning, a little piece of cheese on top. No vegetables, no sauces. Really, really plain. The cheese helps a lot, though. It really does. The cheese was like 50 calories per slice. The hamburgers were 170 calories per hamburger. And then eggs are themselves. Eggs are... The 3 eggs at the beginning were boiled. And the 4 eggs later were scrambled. And that is a really, really tough diet. If you ate like that, you would not feel super happy, I guess. Not like Santa Claus diet. You know, Santa Claus diet makes you jolly. That's where you have cookies. Hamburgers and eggs make you like, I don't know, makes you feel like you're in survival mode. All right. What up, ladies? Yeah, I have a headache right now. I think it's the food. I think the food's giving me a headache. When are you cracking your Sneaker Bunk Volume 1? I know you don't want to move with it. Oh, don't tempt me, man, because I might do that. But those would be insanely expensive if I sell those. Also, I found out I have a Azura Lane first edition case left over. Looks like it's been opened, but I actually remember this. I opened it, and Miss Jennifer Yap opened a box from the case. It was like a box or 2, and she did not pull a signature. And I set that case to the side and said, you'll save that and grade cards from it later. So that's another one. So we got that case and the other case. Because I didn't want to run out of the first edition case. I wanted to have some for myself. And I didn't realize we were on the last one. And then when I realized, oh, wait a second, this is the last one, I said, okay, hold on. Better hold back on that. All right. Seems I missed the manga break. Not only did you miss it, we ran it twice, man. It ran twice. Just ate chocolate chipless cookies. Chocolate chipless cookies. That actually sounds kind of good. But that would be a lot like just eating a plain sugar cookie, right? It's pretty much just a sugar cookie, because the fundamental ingredients is just the brown sugar and the white sugar. There are. Okay. Very good. No cookie talk for me, man. No cookie talk. I'm eating healthy. I did 1,800 calories in an hour of uphill incline walk. So today's been a good day. I gotta get back to losing weight. It is. I'm making White Castle burgers right now. It is. Yeah, hamburgers. If you get a lean ground beef hamburger, they're not heavy calories. It's like 112 grams per patty, and then like 170 calories. That's an extremely good grams to calorie ratio. Kind of similar to what you get from turkey or what you get from chicken breast. But you got to get the low fat ground beef, and it's just terrible. There's no way to season it or make it taste good. It's like eating clay or something. I don't know how to describe it. It's very hard to eat. Not as yummy as like a sausages. Sausages have tons of fat. That's why they're so good. They're like bacon. Sausages are like 50% lean, 50% fat. That's why they're so yummy. It's like if you took bacon and ground it up and put it into a little lamb casing, although often they don't do the lamb casing. Mr. loves his glizzies. Mr. is a 600-pound Pokemon card collector. I gotta make sure I don't turn into a 600-pound Pokemon card collector. All right. No, I'm back to it. I'm back to eating healthy. I've been kind of easing back into it, but today was all the way in. We got a good walk yesterday too, so the weather's good. So, you know, what's your excuse when the weather's good? You gotta do what you can do when the weather's good. Wintertime, maybe it makes, you know, if you can't go outside walking, okay. You could do treadmill inside though, I guess, but our treadmill, we used it so much, it's like worn out. It's really squeaky and it's not very good. We need a new treadmill. We just haven't shopped for one. Here we are. You walking after the stream? No, you won't see that return. If I go walking, it needs to be with Karis because, you know, I don't have a spare hour to just sort of toss into more live streaming. I'm very, 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 very tight on my schedule. There's just no time for anything. And so I make her go with me. And that's a very efficient way to get the walk done. It is. Got the grades back from some packs I submitted, and I got a 10 on Legendary Collection Pack. Wow, that's a huge flip, man. That's a huge flip. You just made money on that. Because that's going to be very collectible over the years. Might as well just keep it. Don't even sell it. That's a solid hold. Here we are. Konnichiwa. Oh. Mister, can you hold the 40 until there's a new manga break? It's me, Omar. Oh, another signature. Nice. Yeah, I can hold your 40. You would like another manga break too, huh? Who else wants another manga break? If you want a manga break, say manga in the chat, so that we know you want a manga. Here we are. You know, the manga break sold pretty fast, it seemed like. Absolutely. Manga. All right, give me a moment here. I was watching this TikTok of a guy. You can see what I do with my time here. Watch this. This guy, gamer with dropped head syndrome, has bent neck snapped back into place. This guy actually had a real lump develop on his neck, is scar tissue, because he leaned his head down too much while playing games. So they had to do. Look at that. You see that? Look at his actual neck. Isn't that insane? Crazy. That's because he was looking down at his phone too much. I saved that for my wife to see later. She and I use our phones a lot, so. All right, just close all this. And, all right. That's crazy, you know. I'm graduation today at 10 a.m. from college. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. It's a really good feeling knowing you don't have to go back. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Looks like we can do a PRB1 Nami manga next. So, and do you guys prefer English or Japanese? Does it make a difference? I actually like the Japanese version. Let's see. There's a lot of the Japanese ones for sale, but I'm not seeing an English one. So the English one must not have been pulled as much. I actually have a different card I can break for you guys first. There's a very fancy One Piece OP1 first print run Nami that I have, and it's like an $800 card. Here it is. So the PRB1 in English is way more expensive way more expensive. I wonder why that is. It jumps all the way up to 800. So the Japanese version it is. We're getting the Japanese version, everyone. Wonder if he can do the naughty time. The naughty time. What's the naughty time? Do. Scoop it do. All right, there we are. English is very expensive for OP because mother effers actually play the TCG. Here we are. So the demand for the product is pushed really hard, is what you're saying. And then as a result of there being a lack of product, it costs more to go hunting for manga. Maybe that's what you're... I mean, that's an interesting concept. So manga Nami's on the way, Japanese version. And we are going to be breaking that together when it arrives. It probably will take like a week or longer because it's coming from Japan. So that always takes a while. So we have time to do a different One Piece break. Maybe we'll always host One Piece break. Because when you really think about it, One Piece is one of the most consistent sales on this channel is One Piece. And, you know, if you like what we do with the Pokemon card breaks, why wouldn't you like what we do with a One Piece break? Mister, that's a good Siggy, $400. That Siggy is $400? Did you guys hear what Six just said? She says this is a $400 signature card. Wow. Wow. Well, that's good because Lucas actually paid $400 for this round. Did he buy anything else? He bought a Topps First Movie pack. Nice. There's 4 dudes out here. I'm in line. Let's do a break for Six's feet pictures. All right. All right. That's a pretty good trade right there, Six. If you could trade your pictures of your feet for like an expensive Pokemon card, that's how you beat everyone else in the world. See, that's how it works. Life's all about making trades like that. It is. You find out what you've got that you can trade at an insanely good margin. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. But the problem is if you sell pictures of your feet, you know, now you're a person who sells picture of their feet. Where do you draw the line? Maybe if you only sell picture of your feet, it's A-okay. Here it is. I'll give you rat pictures. Hey, there you go. Six gets 10% from the break. Here it is. Oh, she'd get more than... that doesn't even make any sense. 10%. Here it is. Ooh. Did someone buy Six's Van shoes for some booster box? If they're making bank selling... Yeah, I feel the same way, Six. You know, if there's somebody out there selling pictures of their nice-looking body or something like that, I think in the past we really looked down on that. I think increasingly people understand the competitive nature of the world and the fact that maybe celebrating human sexuality has become less and less taboo. Brain rot, gooner brain, whatever you want to call it. As those things become increasingly less taboo, there's people who are just sort of cashing in on it, essentially. Like, wait a second, I've got good-looking feet. We are. All right, Mr. John. Of course, none of your feet beat my feet. I got the best-looking feet. This is for our friend John. In a way, I'm jealous of people that can do that. They can just wake up, take a picture of themselves, and then bada bing, bada boom. What, they're living in a mansion in California now or some crazy crap like that? I don't know. Louis, the type to buy Six's bathwater. Are heart-shaped swirls on Pokemon cards rare? They're not terribly rare. But they're much better to have than not to have. I'd say you get them about 50% of the time. So that's not exactly rare. They're just preferable. Sometimes they can really improve the value of a card if their spacing is good. Like if they show up in a good part of the card. All right. There it is. This is complete. Don't try to jump into it. I believe it's complete, right? So we have Anthony Kalura, the Journey box break. Here goes Anthony Kalura. Stream title, of course, none of your feet beat my feet. I got the best looking feet. There it is, Anthony Kalura going to the box battle. Did we already do this one? One of them we already did, didn't we? There you go. Box battle moves up to 4 spots. That's 4 out of 8 is halfway done. This box battle is for a whole box of Journey together. All right, you forgot his tops. Let's get the tops. Yeah, he did. That's a pretty epic order, isn't it? That was a $400 order in the daytime from Mr. John Lucas. Thank you, John. Okay. So the back card's the hollow card. What'd you pull? Ooh, blinded myself there. The Chase for Pikachu. Not a good thing to do when you have a headache. Mister said no tops for you. Here's, ooh, 2 Charizards making out. I like that card. Here's Venusaur. Oh, yeah. Venusaur. Are you going to get the Trans Hands? Trans Hands. I got to get Trans Hands, guys. We are. Here's this. Howdy chat room. Did you all go crazy for screenshots of KH4? KH4. What is KH4? Obviously, I'm not up to date with whatever this is. TV show? Video game? John Lucas? No. You got a couple of them in this bag. Let's put them all together. There you go. Kingdom Hearts. Oh. Poker was fun tonight. Placing this over here. All right. So let's get a rotation on these slabs and see what we got on the table. We've got this Miltank 10. We've got Raikou 98. Ceruledge 10. That's really good. Dark Ariados 10. That's really, really good. Charizard V-Star 10. Oh, wow. What a lineup. Joshua Whipple, we already took care of that one. Arturo Perez for the gray hat. Okay, so this is spot number 29, I believe. Arturo Perez. He's taking a shot at it. That's pretty cool. Who won the Pikachu who bit off its ear? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. It hasn't ran. Anthony Kalura, felt Pikachu spot. Okay, so that should be 30. And so anyone who also ordered a spot after this, you will have store credit. We'll be picking out a new rare candy break that you might want to jump into. Okay, here goes, everybody. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's exactly 30. Here it is. There's no star card for this break. Just one big card. Okay, we want to count this out really carefully. We don't want any mistakes, because then we'd have to redo the whole thing and somebody would be very mad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's almost easier if you go fast. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, let's grab this. And we'll count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, 30 it is. Did anyone see the new poster of King of the Hill's Hulu's King of the Hill reboot? Ooh, King of the Hill, you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, somebody give me a number. Give me a number for the split. Brandon says 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is. And now that's been split, and we need to shuffle up these. We already showed the names off earlier, so that's good enough for me. There's enough cards here for me to do one of those fancy shuffles, but I'm pretty bad at shuffling as it is, it turns out. I want to feel really sorry for the Flame Blues this. Yeah. Well, that's just how it is. I mean, his odds are 1 in 3. That's worse than a coin toss. And when you get in a coin toss, that's a 50% odds. I mean, that means you're losing at least half the time. So LaFlame should be missing once every 3 times. That's pretty actually bad odds if you think about it. It is. All right. But that is the nature of these kind of things. How much would a Gem Mint Mickey 1935 go for? Ooh, probably a fortune. Because I don't think that's pretty normal for them to ever grade 10, because they're so old. All right, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Good. Somebody give me a number. Brandon gets to decide both numbers. Let's let somebody else have a turn too, Brandon. So we got Aovic. He says 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So now we got one with Brandon, one with Aovic. It's a big break, so might as well let 2 different people do it. Ooh, man, I feel nauseous. I got some kind of migraine headache thing going on. Sucks. All right, Anthony, Miss Travis Nova, Mr. Travis, LaFlame, Mr. LaFlame, Anthony Kalura, LaFlame, hold. Victor Kokiko, hold. Come on. Brandon Boutillier, okay. Alicia Brown, sorry Alicia. Andrew Martin, sorry Andrew. JC, sorry Jonathan. Mr. LaFlame. There it is. All right, there it is. Wow, he bought, I think it was more than 10 spots. He bought like 12 spots in here, didn't he? I can't remember. All right, LaFlame, it's looking good. These just got to run through now. All right, so we got Arturo. Oh, you was so close. Almost was your lucky day there, Mr. Arturo. You were off by 1. All right, let's see. That'd have been pretty crazy. Joshua Whipple. Charles Mathis. Mr. Charles. Mr. LaFlame, of course. All right. There's Robert. Roberto. 6. Okay. LaFlame. Anthony. So Anthony had 3 at least. Come on now. Cameron Andrew. LaFlame. See, LaFlame had a lot. Jose Dominguez. Gregorio Panetta. Thank you, Mr. Gregorio. He's been kind of a big customer recently. LaFlame. Alicia Brown. And Victor Kokiko. All right, and that is the end of the break. Yeah, I think it's when somebody goes really deep, you want to see them get their money back sometimes, because if they were to miss multiple times in a row, it's sort of like buyer's regret. So it's nice when it all plays out, you know, like you don't want to see them lose too many times in a row. I think even casinos do something about that. I think casinos, what they do if somebody misses 2 times in a row, I think they give you like a little gift. I'm not sure. It is. So, here we go. We got a lovely Pikachu. We're keeping the original sleeve on it. Thank you, mister. That's an expensive Pikachu. You know, he's really growing in price, this Pikachu. Did you know that? This Pikachu is going up in price every time. And I don't know if it'll continue to go up really fast, but I wouldn't bet against that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to place him on a tier list, he would go into a good tier list position. Okay, free buffet. Yeah, something like that. Good games. I didn't realize you went that deep in there. Yeah, he went real deep. this up. That looks like Frieren. This takes a while, huh? The rare candy break. Got to rebuild all the custom booster packs with at least one card in them. Oh, getting a little back pain there. Just trying to get comfortable here, man. All right. That's Freya. You're more cultured than I am. All right, keep going here. The fun part is picking a new rare candy. What should it be, I wonder? This. Crown Pikachu, maybe? We just did Felt Hat Pikachu. Crown Pikachu right afterwards could be fun. What do you guys think? Crown Pikachu? That's my phone buzzing, huh? Okay. Whew. Aquapolis Crystal Crobat normal card. Aquapolis Crobat. Now that one's a really expensive card. I think that's more of a Mega Break. Yeah, you're thinking of a Mega Break. We'll pick a new Mega Break when the Mew is done. The Mew's making progress, by the way, if you didn't know that. All right, holy cow, man. Whew. Here's Blastoise. Here's Dratini. Here's South Park. We sold one of these. Here's Lugia 9. That's the other one. So we sold this. This is another one we have available. Very rare card. Mr. What's my store credit at? I should have two different cards. Is that the case? It says here 30 and 36. That would mean you have $66. All right, so that's completed. Let's begin by pricing up a new card on the table. We have all these cards to price up now, and we want to kind of squeeze that in. That's what she said. Okay. This is Classic 007 Gyarados 007. Let's see. Okay, it would suggest it's $33. Let me see what happens if I type in tag. Oh, there is a tag version of the card, and it's more expensive. So, interestingly, people are paying a premium for the tag grading. What do you guys think of that? There we go. There are people who are such big fans of it, they want to pay extra. All right. Whoa, man, we got a huge order from Anthony Kalura coming up, letting you guys know that Jesus Aguilera, he missed the Pikachu break. Tag is at 5 inches or less. What? There it is. Very lovely. We have a Dylan Chan order for 2 prismatic. Dylan Chan, how are you tonight? Has Tag earned it? I'm sold. I like them. I like Tag a lot. If I get PSA 9s, I'm sending them to Tag. If I get Tag 9s, I'm sending them to PSA. Actually, if I get Vintage 9s, I'm sending those to CGC, I think. That's my move. That's my play. All right, you got Goldeen. Hoot Hoot, Sandy Shock. I've paid for the Dratini card. That's a great card. All right, sounds good to me. That's for Mr. Dylan. That was a Rainbow Dratini. Dylan Chan. I only sent 30 for those. Oh. You might need to send like four more dollars. $5? I think $5 more. Oh, sorry, I need to send 4.5. Oh, okay. Very nice. Sorry they didn't give you like Charizard or something. Okay. Jose Arredondo, if I send you my whole collection, you think you could buy it? I could try selling it for you. You want me to start selling it for you? I mean, you could always start there. You could have me sell it for you on commission, so that's possible. If you want me to buy an entire collection all at once, you might get a pretty stiff offer for it. Okay, and then Jonathan Cham is buying the Metal Mew, so that's sold. I told you guys that one would sell. It's a really decent card, that's why. This one's been going up in price. This card literally used to be like 30 bucks. He's from the 151 Premium Collection, and that has gotten so expensive to open. And all the metal cards do not grade 10. Here it is. That's done. All right. So, time to pick out a nice new slab. Let's start there. What's this? This says big breaks on it. Look, this box says big breaks on it. Let's see what we get. Big breaks, everybody. Big breaks. Okay. Charizard, Moltres, Dark Espeon, Umbreon, Pikachu, Pichu, Lugia, Cloud, Rayquaza, Greninja. That says Mega up there, so he's only appropriate for the Mega. I don't like how Tag attacks everyone if you have anything bad to say. Yeah, that was some bad PR for them, in my opinion. Mega Break, Mewtwo, Mew. So here's a couple. What did you guys think of what you just saw coming by on the table? Pokemon Center. What do you guys think of these? Love the Lugia. I like the Galarian Moltres. Espeon. Espeon's so cheap, he could be a lightning break. Same with this guy. Well, this guy's a little more expensive. I'm looking for one that's sort of more in the caliber of a rare candy break. I didn't see total rare candy cards up here. Do I have more slabs laying around somewhere? Let's see. I'll let me slab away something expensive. Some cards can't be slabbed away. I'm just holding them. Here, that says keep. I'll put that in the Mega Breaks box. Thick Wick's kind of cool. Melodic. Put a Melodic in there. Any One Piece break? Yeah, we're going to locate that Nami card. I don't really know where it's at right now, but we're going to locate that Nami card and run a break on that for sure. I've got one. I've got a card. I think I know what we're doing next, guys. How about that? Aquapolis, huh? I know what we're doing. How much is the Latios right now? The one from Team Up? Like a bazillion, I think. Okay, here we go. That's the next break, for sure. So what you're looking at is Umbreon Alt-Art VMAX, but it's the Korean version. Very interesting. Okay. All right, I've got it. Now, just keep in mind, if this was the actual English version, it would be a $2,500 break. This one's going to be about $900. So you can see the price difference really makes them way more accessible, and that's why you should be excited for it. If we did an English version, your odds of pulling the English version would be so horrible. Here it is. Yeah, the Korean Umbreon. All right. So we like the accessibility on this one. I can actually host it as a break. The other one, I would not do that. Okay, there it is. It's going to be a 1 in 23 break. That's actually much better odds than the Pikachu was. Pikachu is 1 in 30. So that's like an extra 7 spots. Big difference. That going to go off fast? It might go off fast. I don't know. Okay. Okay, there it is, rare candy. That's the rare candy, little candy piece. Okay, so there we go. That's fun, man. I wish I'd put that into the thumbnail. All right, let's go ahead and get a new person onto this box. You ready? So this is the giveaway, NHCC's giveaway. We got Fredericks. Number 5. Fantage Lover. Awesome. Okay. What we're going to do next, we're going to go ahead and reset the... how do you do it? Do they move it? Reset all entries. So now in order to participate, you'll need to type NHCC all over again. Now we're doing that for people who joined and then left. We want just the people who are here, we want them in the next round. Okay. Let's see what's next. So we have Jonathan Chan, we took care of him. 3 DBZ Beyond Gen. Beyond Gen. 3 DBZ Beyond Gen. Ugh. Oh, yes, okay. Hello. Oh, by the way, I added a thing to the menu. A Yu-Gi-Oh set. Ghost from the Past 2 is coming back. I think it's like $7 a pack. It's on pre-sale right now, but it's not officially here yet. All right. You got Vagito, Union of Sparks. Okay. And Hirudegarn, Center of Evil Energy. Wow. Did you sell out of Blazing Aura? I did, actually. Blazing Aura was on sale, so it was a product we were just selling as fast as we could at a very low price, and I lost money every time I sold it. But now it's gone, and I don't have to lose any more money on it. Will you get the Korean Team Rocket? Yeah, I think I should. I think that's a fun set. Should be a little bit cheaper than the Japanese version. All right. We have Abraham Girios. 1 TCC Vintage Pack. Oh, yeah, we haven't sold one of these in a little while, huh? Here they are, the TCC Vintage Packs. Here they are in my hands. I'll just grab you one. You ready? Just grab you one like that. Pretty easy. Oh, nice. Oh. Ekans, Digger, Electric Energy. Ah, yeah, bad pack. It's not so bad. Look at that swirl. That's nice. But that's going to be Blaine, so that's a little bit of a cold pack. Yep, there are cold packs in here along with hot packs. That's how the hot packs are not, that's how they're afforded. Because there's a couple cold packs too. But that's, I don't know, there's just some good feeling about that. It's a really nice feeling. Opening up those old cards. Yep, we sold out of 2 items from that moving sale list. 6 says solo leveling box with credit. You got it, Miss 6. Okay. Here we are. Okay. You'll be pleased to know, 6, that this is coming out of the new case. The old case is completed, so this is a fresh case. So that means that there's definitely signatures in here somewhere. Those are gradable, right? What's gradable? These are, I'm pretty sure, gradable. And not just that, I'm pretty sure they're expensive too. There. I remember a long time ago, I hosted a break for an Umbreon VMAX Altart English, and it was also like 25 spots or something like that. And people were super mad at it because I was pricing it a little bit above market. And so they were super mad at that break. Looking back on that card's now like 2,300. I don't feel bad about that at all. Here it is. I helped somebody get that card for 40 bucks. And now that card's worth like 2,300 or something. Cute girl. And this guy. Woojin Chul. There is a double star HR and I want it. Hell yeah. Who's the second cutest guy on this show? Who do you think, 6? That's Sung Jin Woo, the main character. Who's the second cutest guy? Thank you for offering the breaks. Here it is. You ready? No problem, man. Well, thank you guys for buying them because I make a little money. So that's capitalism. People motivated by getting a paycheck. Only Sung Jin Woo. Oh, I see how it is. You know they're going to make him a bad guy, right? Sung Jin Woo is definitely going to be written off into being a bad guy. That's the only thing that makes sense for him. Here. He's going to be tempted by evil. Okay. Oops. All right. How many junk packs do you have made up? I am definitely running low on those. Okay, here's Egress. Lovely. Jinwoo at the beginning and Jinwoo at the end. Ow. So junk packs, I have a couple of them left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of them left, and then I'm actually sold out after that. Okay. There it is, Miss 6. Lovely. Let's take a moment and rotate these beautiful slabs. That's the waifu break. One spot is filled. Here's Golduck 10. Execute 9, $20. Lightning 10. We sold one of these already. How crazy. Makes me want to open some Opus 1. Oh, by the way, I think I mispriced the Opus 1. I think I based my price off of a German box. So I was looking at that today. Hold on. Opus 1 booster box. Okay. I think I made a mistake on that and underpriced it. So let's see. So there it is, English. Oops. Okay, what did we do? Opus 1. No, we're right on the money. We got it. We got it. Our price is correct. Cool. So now we have Anthony Kalura. 10 packs of SpongeBobadoo. Hell yeah, dude. The SpongeBob special. Okay, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that is an empty box. This is for sale. You could buy the empty box from me if you want. 25 bucks maybe. Toss that over there for storage. And just give it a little toss. They're very light. They don't get hurt. There you go, 10. SpongeBob Vintage is sold out. You didn't expect that, did you? Vintage SpongeBob gone. All right. Is the lovebirds worth grading? No, you should never grade them. As you all know, the lovebirds must never be graded. Tilt this up a little bit. That's 10 packs of SpongeBob coming up, guys. All right. That's a $600 order. There needs to be a thing. There needs to be a second scoreboard. So this is donations. There needs to be a scoreboard for biggest orders. We'll say scoreboard. Big orders. We should define a big order. Big order shall be anything that is $250 maybe? Nah, let's make it $500. Let's be crazy. Any order over 500 consider big order. So we'll say, we're not going to number this one, but we're going to say Anthony Kalura. And he got to get a chicken scratch. That's what it is, a chicken scratch. All right. Does YouTube have an overlay for that stuff? 250 is big, 500 just massive. Well, you know, it's a bit difficult because some people will spend $500, but they'll do it in pieces. Are you ready? Yeah, well, we'll have to decide some other... I like the idea of a scoreboard. I think that's fun. It kind of helps us also understand, you know, what's going on. Who's who in Whoville, that kind of situation. But maybe the $500 is too rare of an occurrence. I spend too much money on Mr. Yeah, you definitely are very consistent. And you're like a kind of guy that will buy a little bit here, a little bit there, and it all kind of adds up. And so you deserve to be on a scoreboard too. Oh my God, these are so good, guys. You definitely deserve to be on some kind of scoreboard. Look at that. You guys missed out on these. I know they were pricey. I know they were $60. How much do you think this sells for in a 10? Like 200 or 300? It's amazing. That's official tops too, by the way. Okay. The on from Team Up. What is she saying? So Plankton buying a stamp over SpongeBob. Peel to play for prizes. Adventures of SpongeBob. Wig wearing Fry Cook. And Friend or Foe. I like this Adventures of SpongeBob card. Isn't that nice? I mean, honestly, these are all really good. All right, we'll pull that one out. Okay, very good. I'm only at 2K so far. I'm Goldfish. All right, what we got? The snail plasma takes effect. Oops, don't want to drop anything. This is another artwork. Look at that, sponge rind. Wow, love these. What I like about these is obviously it taps into the sort of charming nature of SpongeBob, the ridiculous and, you know, extravagant, but at the same time the sophistication of like fine art, right? So it almost satirizes the fine art, and there's something about that that's so SpongeBob, you know, like that is what SpongeBob does. SpongeBob's sort of like this reversion back to childishness, but maybe with the small bit of awareness of all the adult aspects of life, you know. I think that's what made SpongeBob such a good show. It really wasn't just written for kids. It was kind of like Calvin and Hobbes in some regards, you know. There are these just little insightful pieces in the writing. Here it is. SpongeBob tattoo, very cool. I would wear that. I wish I would have pulled it sooner. It's crazy to think I pulled that card when I was a little kid and I'm 14. Here's Peel to Play for prizes. Okay, here's another artwork. Lovely. You're saying you pulled it when you were 14. You're saying you're 14 now. Here's Self-Portrait of SpongeBob. Sponge in Space. See, Team Up would have been 6 years ago. There it is. So you must have pulled it at 8 years old. Yeah, time flies, man. No time like the present. Just go for it. You recommend CGC to grade the SpongeBob cards? No. Not CGC. Not CGC. Definitely send these to PSA. Yeah, I'm recommending PSA for these. And I'll tell you why. It's because PSA's brand just seems to have this special thing where, like with the poker cards, I could send these to BGS, CGC, Tag. Oh, no, Tag doesn't take them yet. But I choose PSA on purpose because PSA has a sort of like, they have like a special brand recognition where you go, oh, if PSA graded this, then this is something that they think is authentic or like good enough to grade. And so they kind of lend that sort of brand power to the cards that you're grading. So essentially what that means, when you're grading a card that most people have never seen before, best to have the PSA label above them. Here we are. So if it's a card no one's really seen before, PSA brand's going to look better above the card. Look at these. So good. I could have just opened these and graded every single one of these myself. It's so good. As a high-value man, how many wives is too many? It's funny. My brain wants to swap into the Alpha Male podcast cringe content, but I don't know if I have the I don't know if I have the stamina to do it. Maybe I'm actually a beta male. Here's Best Day Ever. Here's I'm Not a Roach. Ooh. If you play your cards right, look at this. That's the checklist. Yeah, if you play your card right, you can come back home with me and be one of my females. Here. All right. Very good. Do a leaderboard for complete a slab away. Oh, that's cool. But of course, that might actually cause people to want to do small slab aways. His wife. Huh? Okay. I ripped my pants. Tiny pants, underpants. I think the charity scoreboard is actually one of the best ideas. So there were no artworks in this pack. Cards, like Pokemon cards. Okay. My name is Connor. By the way, is Nikki's my mom? Oh! Okay, so I was going to say, because I looked at Nikki in the image, I was thinking, Nikki doesn't look... That's funny, man. All right. You're on your mom's account. Very cool. Nice to meet you, Mr. Connor. All right, here we are. Oh, another checklist. Wonderful. Checklist is good. Checklist might sell better than a lot of these cards. Big slabs. Here we are. Oh. Okay. 3 more packs remain, everybody. Little kid took his mom's phone. Okay, there we go. Money-loving miser. SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, that's a sticker. Here's the sweepstakes once again. The mark has been left. Jellyfish. All right, all right. 2 more packs left. Doo-doo. It's my phone. The YouTube's under her name. All right, very nice. Tell us about the life of being... tell us about what it's like being 14 years old in 2025. What's life like? How's school? What's school like? Give us your perspective on how school is good or bad. Give us an opinion. Here it is. All right. There we go. Mom, buy me Pokemon. Mister, we need another gym break. Also, I'm down to do giveaways with some of my slabs for the gang. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you just say the word. I'll grab a card. Giant red crab. Oh my god, I love this. My son is 14. That wasn't funny, bro. HTY. Here we are. Very nice. I think he's trying to say hi. I got first hair on balls yesterday. There we go. Very good. All right. And let's pull these over here. Lovely. Do a giveaway for chat. Do a special giveaway for the mods if you can. Sure, I can do that. I can do that. Just depends on what you're interested in having me do a giveaway on. I don't want to take your best card or nothing. This week, some high schooler got stabbed in Kiss school, and they couldn't figure out who did it. What? Pretty good. I cannot deal with brain rot and that stuff, though. Yeah. Probably a lot of that going on if you think about it, because lots of kids have cell phones. Mr. Connor, I'm 36, so I went to school a long time ago, but even better than that, I was homeschooled. Oh, no, I didn't really go. But I remember being 14 years old because, you know, I hung out with kids on the street. That's what you did back then. You didn't have as many video games. You didn't have Netflix. Netflix didn't exist. You didn't really play on the internet. There was just nothing to do on the internet. So you didn't get on it. And so you hung outside and played football, and you played frisbee, and you played baseball, and you played street hockey, and you played soccer, and you talked about girls, and that was about it. There it is. Very nice. Mr. Harshbarge, what's up, man? How many packs for the right side pricing for Black Flame for Japanese Korean? Right side pricing. I'm not sure what he means by that. I'm not sure I understand your question. I witnessed a kid get stabbed in the head with a pencil in high school. Changed schools after that. What the hell? All right, I've done you a little favor here, Mr. Anthony Kalura. I know these are square cut, and I want to see you get lots of 10s on these. So I've gone ahead and put them into holders for you. Obviously, these are higher quality than just top loaders, so they cost a little premium. But I did that for free because I like your big order here. And I know you want to prep these to go to PSA anyways, right? By the way, you're going to like my sleeves. Look at these. There's no junk here. It's nice and smooth up there. I love that. What does it mean if a pack has a lot of air in it? I don't know. It means that your pack has a lot of air in it. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to put this in the Cool Kids box. So whenever you ship, just remind me that they're there so I can pick them up. You know the Cool Kids box, right? It's like a holding place for hits. Ooh, I'm running out of room. I got to put these somewhere. Let's see. Put a little flame over here. I think that'll work. There we go. All right. So here it is. Audience card grader pulls. Jeff's got some stuff up there too. All right, very good. Now the rest of this can just go into your bag or your box. You must have a box, correct? No, you don't have a box, do you? You have a bag over here. Wow, that was a $600 order, everyone. $600 order. SpongeBob Vintage. We're sold out of that now. It was pretty much a fantastic product. I mean, it sold quite quickly. Yep. Oh, you're ready for a box, nearly. Okay. What brand are those? You want to hear how crazy it is? That's my brand. I had those manufactured for me. I spent, it was like $11,000. It was like $10,000 plus another $1,000 to ship them. So those are manufactured for me. I've still got a bunch of them left. You can make the slabs anything around 60 to 100 bucks. Well, all right, let's reach into this box over here. Got this box full of slabs. Lots of Tammy slabs over there. Got some Tammy slabs. The Alicia's Appeal's nice. Just see what else is here. I'm feeling generous. Let's see. That's not bad. Let's do that one, shall we? Okay. Let's do that one. And how about this one? There we go. Okay. So I got two slabs. One, you said one for the audience, one for the mods. And together, this is just about $100. So here's the only thing: we've still got a box that we got a box break that we're running. So I'm gonna set these aside to do proper giveaways on them after that box is done. Okay. Anthony Kalura also wants 3 spots in the new rare candy. Do them, whatever. Sounds good. When we do them, we'll put your name on them because I like to do that. I like to run it that way. That way people know where the donation came from. And also, we have a scoreboard for donations now. What do you think of that? You're giving about $90 right now. That's what it is. So 90, 90, 140. Pretty cool. The donations board will help us see who is most generous pretty quickly. There you go. Very nice. Okay. This would be really funny if you pulled this card. Skibidi boo boo boo. Okay, okay. Okay, this is Mike's side. He wants Into the Umbreon. Here you go, Mike's side. Wish me new luck. Wish me luck on my new job. Yeah, tell me about your new job. How is it? Good luck, man. People be getting new jobs. That's great news. There's a Sylveon Master Ball. Here's Pikachu. The Mega Break. Oops. Suicune. I got a special card coming to the table. That's Deoxys Whiscash. This is a very rare EX Deoxys Reverse Holo. All right. So there he is. And he will cost, let's say, $285. This is a very rare card from the Deoxys era, or the EX era, and Deoxys Reverse Holos are very sought after. Okay, but it's Whiscash, so he's not like Charizard. That's why he's not like $1,000. But he's still a nice card to own. If you've never owned an EX Deoxys Reverse Holo, it's kind of fun. I own a whole bunch of them. I'm one of the hodlers from this set. Okay, 13 in the population for Whiscash. We have an order, Aaron Rodriguez, 12 Glory of Team Rockets next. The line's getting shorter, so if you waited a while for your turn's coming up real soon, and then there's not a bad line after that point either, guys. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Please pray for Tory Lanez. Who's Tory Lanez? Let's see. Tory Lanez. With the Z? Tory Lanez on Instagram. All right. What am I looking at? Make Tory free again. What the hell? Oh. 3 days ago, Tory was stabbed 14 times. Dang, dude. Crazy. He got stabbed 14 times. If he heals all up, he's going to have tons of street credit, I guess. He's going to be like, yeah, I got stabbed 14 times. He kind of plays it off like a tough guy. But why'd he get stabbed? Somebody just felt like stabbing, or was it like his ops? There you go. There we are. Cartel lifer. Jiminy Christmas. A woman beater. He got stabbed by the cartel. Ooh. It's not fun. All right. Lovely. You still have sealed OP cases. I do actually, yeah. But just of different sets. So I've got probably a list I could make of you of what I've got sealed. It is. I heard that Nintendo updated their user agreement for Switch. They can deactivate your console. Yes, I heard about that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because they don't want people stealing games or modifying games. And so they say if they detect that you've altered their product, they can brick it. And people didn't like that. So, I don't know. Guess it's a little annoying. Some people think that because they purchased it, it's their property, and so this means they can edit it. They can, like if you buy a vehicle from Ford, you can tamper with your Ford vehicle. But obviously, Nintendo doesn't want you stealing their games. So they don't want you altering your Switch to play hacked games. Games that are stolen off the internet or anything. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Whose side are you on? I mean, it makes sense from Nintendo's point of view to not want that. But as a customer, it's nicer to have freedom. It's kind of like the traffic cameras. Like, you're mad when the police install it because it's like, wow, what is this, a police state? But then they're really only installing it because you break the rules, you speed. So it's like, I don't know. It's a tough thing, isn't it? Aaron Rodriguez. Boo, remote bricking. The game key is going to be a problem. Almost every third party is going to do it because Nintendo made it so expensive to just make it game like normal. I'm homeschooled as well. I've been around for 4 years. Now I just got on summer break early 3 weeks ago. Nice. You're homeschooled. What are they teaching you in homeschool? Are they teaching you the good stuff? We are. My parents didn't teach me anything when I was homeschooled. It is. When I was homeschooled, what I really did was I woke up and I went outside and I worked in my dad's small business. He owned a small business that made a net profit. A net profit is the profit after you pay all your fees. So it's the money you put into your wallet and keep. So it would make a net profit about $35,000, and this would have been in the early 2000s. So let's see. Let's ask this. How much is $35,000 in 2003? Okay, so based on inflation... Oh, hold on. No. How much is 35K worth... Oh, from... Here they go. From 2003 worth today. So I said it in a way that ChatGPT didn't understand. So in today's money, that would be worth around $55,800. That's not bad. That's a good side hustle. An extra $55,000 is like a second job. So he was running that, and I was working in that, not really doing any school. Wasn't really learning all that much from school. Here's cash form. But I learned a lot about selling stuff, so it's so weird. It's like that was the most valuable skill. That was the skill that mattered the most in the end. And it didn't stop me from graduating from college with a college degree in computer science. I got a 4-year computer science degree. Bachelor of Science. I like to say that. You know why? Because there was an option for Bachelor of Arts. And so what I learned is that there are different kinds of computer science degrees. Some that make you take Intro to Engineering and Physics 1 and Calculus Physics and, all the, difficult math courses. And then there's more like a business kind of computer science degree. So those guys go around saying, oh, I'm a computer scientist, but they didn't do the hard courses. They avoided them. All right, let's see. This is Dark Phantasma Gengar. Okay, and we want its lowest buy now, so 68. I'm going to bump them up to 70, an even 70. All right, there it is. I didn't really learn much either, but according to my QYF, my IQ is at least 100. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Okay. Christine Andrews, can I get 3 junk packs? And please take a junk UFC cards for the games. All right, you got it, man. Junk UFC cards. 1, 2. Looks like you're getting some Lion King. Yeah, parents do homeschooling, and I don't think you learn as much in homeschooling. Although, that's not true always, because some of the homeschoolers are like geniuses. I think this whole pack's just going to be football. Yep. That whole pack was just football. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so you get 10 rolls in the Pokepot. And I know we just changed the rules so that you get 5 cards if you roll 3 of a kind. But I was kind of doing the math in my head, and I realized in 10 rolls, people actually get 3 of a kind pretty frequently. So I think when you get 3 of a kind, you're going to get 3 pulls, 3 cards back. I think that's going to be it. We're tampering with the rules because it's a pretty new thing. So hopefully you'll understand a little change like that. It is. Okay. Trayvon Mullen. Okay. Very nice. Sounds fair. grabbing this. I'm the genius. I tell you this, some of my friends that go to school compare to me, I'm the genius. I hear you, man. There it is. I felt kind of smart when I was younger. I had a lot of friends who felt kind of dumbish. I felt like a nerd when I was younger. 1, 2. Okay, so you got 11 rolls. 11. All the Japanese stuff is hidden. What? One more. One more? What do you mean by one more? 1. That's 2. I got 3. Yes, we got you 3, but one whole bag was only sports cards. Let me show you that again. So I did get you 3 bags. You might have looked away. One of the bags was these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So unfortunately, one of the bulk bags was pure sports. So that's how you ended up with this. So you're actually getting 11 rolls right now. He says, never mind. Yes, let's take care of you. See if we can pull some other bulk out with 3 of a kind. So, okay, that's roll number 4. Roll number 5. Roll number 6. That's 4 of a kind. When you get 4 of a kind, like, or not 4 of a kind, this is like a straight or something. When you get a straight, we'll do the same thing. We'll hand out some cards. So we go 1, 2, 3. There it is. What was that, on 5? And then instead of having it be a reroll, let's just give you this, okay? I like that. I actually like that a lot better. So we're kind of coming up with the rules as we go, but I like that better. Instead of re-rolling, you actually get cards. So this is 6. Okay, oops. 7. That's doubles. So we're going to get you 3 more. All right. What roll are we on? 8? 8. 9. Almost. That's 10. You get one more roll. And that is 11. All right. So what you can do now is you can actually put these back in and roll again. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You actually have 6 more rolls. See? So the double roll is not needed anymore because you're actually pulling junk cards back out. And you can just put them back in the Poke Pot and use those as rolls. See? What's the biggest card you've ever pulled? Yeah, that's a really common question, Connor. It's this guy over here, wherever he went. Where'd he go? This guy over here is the biggest pull, I think. Dark Dragonite. I'm obviously pretty proud of him. All right. No Holo Dragonite. Yeah, I think that's it. So this is yours, and we're going to pop this into your bag because it's not a sport card. It's almost like you traded your sports cards for some other stuff. I really think it'd be more fun with 5 dice and use poker hands to figure out the prizes. Yeah, maybe we'll get to that point. Maybe we'll keep experimenting. I think what we have going on is a little, kind of like a smaller version of that, and I think it's working. Here's a theme, another 3 beyond generation. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There. Lovely. Okay. I'm good. I'm just waking up, getting ready for work. What do you value that Dragonite at? I don't know. Let's be real. Okay, I'm being totally honest, 100% honest. Maybe like 50,000. What do you think? Is that too high? Maybe like 50. Dark Dragonite. This. I'm trying to be reasonable about what someone might actually pay for that. All right, Bardock. I was thinking 40 to 60K. See, we were right in the same ballpark, so we had a similar thought. Thing is, here are my thoughts. I feel like this one's a little more special than other no holo Dragonites because there's also a video attached to this one. So you'll always be able to pull that video up and show it off with the card. And so I think that there's some kind of value added to it because of that. Especially because there's no other video recordings of a card like that. And it came out of such a spectacular booster pack with that other Charizard. So I feel like it has a very special story as a result. And that's why I feel like that card in particular could be worth a little more than usual, even for a Dark Dragonite no holo. You might be able to convince somebody that, hey, you're not just getting the card, you're getting the history of the card, you're getting the video too. That's at them. All right. So, you're right over here. Crazy how it came out with the Dark Charizard too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I think that when I say that that's the best pack of Team Rocket that'll ever be opened, I think that's actually probably true. It's probably true. There are some cases that could beat it. So if you pulled another Dark Dragonite no holo error, and then you pulled a Dark Magneton, and the Dark Magneton graded 10, that would technically beat the Charizard Dragonite. Because the Dark Magneton's so rare and so expensive. Here's Follow the Airship. Vampy. That's Vampy 10. That pack should have been illegal. What good luck for Von Doom, though, huh? Such good luck. If he pulled that same pack today, he would be making so much more money than what he did back then. But the packs were cheaper back then, too. So I guess, it all balances out. Okay, so that is Mr. Hathim's order done. We got a nice card coming up here. Here is a beautiful Mew. That error is only in first edition, right? No, there's an unlimited version too. Here we are. Nobody choosing Magneton over Zard. Man, that PSA 10 Dark Magneton is one of the most expensive cards you can collect. I have two of them because I love it. When I was a kid, it was one of my favorite cards. I just loved the way it felt. It stinks of the feeling of Pokemon. That's the non-holo version selling for nothing. You can't ever find Dark Magneton. Okay, here's one sold in March. Sold for $5,000. It's weird. I think that the Dark Charizard sells for more than that now. Maybe nobody was paying attention to this. I wish I'd seen it gone by. I might have bought that if I'd just seen it. 5,000. I think I could muster up 5,000. Darn. I feel like that's a good price for that. I just didn't know about it. That's the problem with the auction, man. That's the problem with the auction. Auction, there might be interested buyers who simply didn't search for it that day. Yeah, that's the problem with the auction for sure. All right, let's get a nice price on this Mew, shall we? Dark Zard, 8 to 9. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so Dark Zard might be more expensive now. I don't know if that's necessarily true. That seems like a fluke, like that card sold too cheap almost. Because the Dark Magneton has always sold for more than the Dark Charizard. And that's because, well, the problem with the Dark Magneton is he's like pop 40. It's like nothing. Really, really low pop. Okay, that's going to be $39. We have the tag version. I'm going to sell it at $40. There it is. Good. Ooh, it's Mr. Garrett's turn. He's been waiting a little while. Mr. Garrett. For Carddass Nikke, 16 packs. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Looks like we're getting a fresh box of the Carddass Nikke. So many cheap slabs getting sold in Z&D auctions, it's already crazy. Oh, yeah, man. Z&G. Z&G Emporium's really interesting. You think that guy's getting rich? I'll see you later. It was nice talking to you. See you later, Mr. Connor. All right. You think Z&G's getting wealthy? I wonder how well he's doing. All right. I was there the day it was pulled. Yeah, that was really cool. Couldn't ask for a better rocket box opening than that. Actually, I'll stay a little bit longer. You're funny, man. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I guess he is. He gets a ton of slabs every week. I'd love to see his numbers. Like, I'd love to see his actual accounting to know how much he actually earns. His job's a little dangerous. If he makes any mistakes, like if he misships somebody else's slab that's worth like $10,000, he can take a massive loss on that. But other than that, I think he probably makes... I mean, it depends on his eBay fees. That's what I really want to know. What are his eBay fees like? So if his eBay fees are substantial, he can't be making... His margins are probably slim. But I don't know. Okay, Nikke is a guy named Connor. Mr. Troy, don't you know there are no girls on the internet? Only boys. Oh, yeah. How many? He said 16. Better count these up, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The rest of these go back over here. Good thing I caught myself. I was going to open too many. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I'm a catfish. All right. There we go. Very good. Anyways, so Z&G Emporium, he's a fun subject. I was watching his content before I really got started on my Pokemon card channel. He was talking about price changes in Pokemon card stuff, and I was like, man, Pokemon cards could be a big investment. That's what I was saying back then. I was going, man, that could be a big investment. That's why I was shocked to learn later there was this time period where he revealed what he actually had, and he didn't have much. He just had like some PSA 9 fossil cards, not even PSA 10. And all I can think is like, why didn't you you were watching the prices rise. Why didn't you? I think the way he saw it probably was he saw the prices explode. And so he probably thought time to get out, and I saw it differently. I was like, no, you need to, it might be a spike now and it might fall back down, but it's going to keep doing this because that's the nature of it. It's going to keep, it's going to overall zigzag up. So yeah, zigzag up, zigzag down for a while, but it's going to overall go up. So that's the way I was looking at it. So one day he had showed off his collection. I was shocked and surprised to learn he hadn't bought a bunch of these slabs, because in the past he would make these long videos where he showed PSA 10 grading rates. He would show box prices. He'd show slab prices. It was really useful. And I think he was working with the group that worked on card grading middleman. So they would help people middleman card grading. But that group went out of business one day. Ooh. I think it was called like Graded Gem. I can't remember it. I can't remember the name of the group. But that group had a deal with PSA. Who did you watch? I'm talking about Z&G Emporium. So there was a group, they had like a deal with PSA to do middleman grading. And I think they would get middleman rates. So they would get these special rates. But then some problems started happening, like a box or two went missing. It was like some huge amount of money went missing because of the box went missing. And so that company kind of said, nah, we're getting out of this. This was around the time that PSA was having their humongous backup, the backlog. And so that company kind of went out of business slowly. And I think after that, Mr. Z&G Emporium decided he would get into selling slabs on eBay for people. So if you think about it, it's another middleman service. I think he probably understood there's a lot of money helping people with their cards. And I was saying that. I was saying, there's going to be too many rip and shippers. At the very start, there wasn't too many rip and shippers. I could tell that I had a lucky thing going on where I was early. And so I was going to get kind of an established foothold, and I was going to be fine. But I knew that there was going to be a ton of competition coming soon because it was just too easy. It was just insane. So, and there is a lot of competition now. Anyways, but so I was thinking at the time, what people should get into as well is not just helping people buy cards, but actually helping people sell cards, which is kind of what we've started doing a little bit with these commission slabs. And I think it's sort of it's like a side service. Our main thing is that we open cards for people and offer breaks. Here it is. And that's been my other innovation, is realizing the breaks are very important, I think, because slabs are more efficient to acquire than pulling the card yourself and grading it yourself. So if I can turn a slab into an RNG product like a booster pack, then we've actually taken the most valuable thing in the hobby, that is a graded 10, and we've acquired it at a cheaper price than if we pulled it ourselves. So that was another innovation in my way of thinking. But anyways, yeah, so once all of the rip and shippers started piling into the hobby, and there's a lot of them now. I mean, there's Whatnot, there's Drip, eBay Live, Twitch probably does a bunch, YouTube probably does some, and it's just tons and tons of people want to do this. So there's a lot. I mean, there was this point where TikTok didn't have the TikTok shop, and then they did have the TikTok shop, and overnight there's like 5 trillion people on TikTok all trying to sell Pokemon cards live. And I was showing my wife, I was like, hey, look, these guys are all doing what I'm doing. It is. And so there's just this moment where it was like, there's like 1 million of us now. How often do you do lives? Every night, actually, all 7 days of the week. We've been doing it that way for 6 years consecutive. 6 years, every day of every night, all 7 days of the week. We go live twice a day, in fact, some days, most days. Selling, buying, now you are a real card economist. Yeah, everybody copied you, Mr. Crazy. Well, I would say early on there were definitely some copycats, and there's nothing wrong with that. Copycats, it's not a big deal. It was always going to be that way. If a company has a good idea, it's just everyone's going to copycat. And I'm really happy with what we have. I'm happy with our group. Yep. And we're just working on that and doing our thing, really. I've had 6 years of success, and I'm in a good place right now. But that's a different story. I was talking about Z&G Emporium. So I was saying, when I realized there were a lot of rip and shippers, I said, well, the rip and ship crowd is getting really crowded. It's going to be really hard to stand out. It's going to be really hard to make a good margin. There's going to be a lot of people and teenagers who want to sell virtually at a minimum wage almost, so like minimum wage income. And I realized there's going to be a lot of low quality streamers and all this other stuff. Everyone and their grandma wants to do it. I like to say that. I realized there's not a lot of people selling cards for other people. So the Z&G Emporium, I think, was one of those guys who kind of understood that as well. And I think he understood middleman services are very valuable. And he kind of fulfilled that because, and I think this was very important, you had a company that was doing extremely well doing auction blocks on eBay. PWCC, the vault company, they do like a vault to hold your Pokemon cards. And I think they're in another lawsuit, or they're in trouble again, aren't they? PWCC, aren't they in trouble, everybody? Somebody must know what I'm talking about, right? But PWCC got in this huge scandal, and they got kicked off of eBay. So they used to be the company to go to watch their auction blocks on eBay. You would always watch what PWC does because they would do these huge auction blocks on eBay. It was super impressive. And since they got kicked off, there really was only Probstein at that point. There was like Probstein. And so Z&G Emporium, he was essentially just a small YouTuber. And I think he is mostly just a small YouTuber still. I don't think he has like a huge following on YouTube. But he kind of pivoted into that role of doing auction blocks. And it used to be PWCC doing those auction blocks, but they got kicked off. So he's really lucky to be in the position he's in now, because he was there and he took a shot at that, and it was the right move. Here it is. So that was for our friend Mr. Garrett, which I believe Garrett is probably is he here? Did he say it's me? Here it is. I believe he is Ben. Yes. Don't forget, Mr. Garrett, Mr. Ben, when you place an order, remind me that you are Ben. PWCC is now Fanatics, correct? I remember PWCC. PWCC, I think, is in trouble again. I could have swore I read that they were having another lawsuit on insider trading. I think the lawsuit states something like they have insiders bid items up using data that the company holds when the auctions are live. So they have insiders and outsiders, and the insiders and outsiders will push the auction to its limit without winning it in order to maximize the sale price. That's illegal. It's a scam. Well, I don't know if it's illegal, but it's a scam. Here's Mickey Mouse. Here's Umbreon for $29. Here's Pikachu Hyper Rare. It's called shill bidding, and I think it's illegal. Anyways, well, no, I don't know. If it was illegal, their operation would have been shut down. It's probably not illegal, but it's probably something you can sue over. So, anyways, I think they're in trouble again. Andrew A. Martin, one Korean Umbreon spot. Yes, the Korean Umbreon spots, guys. Probably going to sell it pretty fast. Okay, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Sure. Here we are. Very nice. And we're popping this over here. I actually remember when PWCC got kicked off of eBay, they put out a letter that it was basically like them saying, "Good, we'll start our own auction block. This'll expedite us doing our own website with our own, auction blocks." And I remember trying to bid on that website, and I hated it. I never forget this. I bid up a Torchic to $35,000 and still lost. I was watching Jerry Seinfeld. I was laying down in the basement with Karis in the summertime watching Jerry Seinfeld. We were laying in our bed together, and I was bidding up a Torchic to $35,000 and I lost. Anyways, I really didn't like that website. I thought the design was terrible. And now I don't go there at all. Can you show off the brakes? Yes. Here we have the Quest Vaporeon stuck at 4 out of 13. We got the Mega Mew. He's moving a little bit. We've got the Greninja Gold Star. And we have the Waifu brake. Very sexy. Sneaker Bunko, by the way. Sneaker Bunko. Those are the brakes. The fresh rare candy brake. We also have this one that's much closer to ending. And it is this guy right here, Journey Together with 4 spots deep. I suppose we need a break for a gym break, don't we? We need a gym break. So let's go find a gym break. I'll start my own auction block with hookers. Yeah, and they're still doing those auction blocks, and I still don't shop over there. Yeah, I don't like them that much. The whole setup was too confusing for me. I didn't like it. Like, I remember I won this jungle box, and instead of shipping it to me, they put it into the vault. I guess by default, they put it into the... And then to actually have it ship out, I had to pay this big fee. I was like, I didn't want it to go to the vault. Why would I have to pay a fee for vaulting when I didn't choose that when I... Good. We're reconnected? We disconnected for a minute there. All right. We are back. Good. Knockdown 10. He's lovely. Chikorita. Whismer. Groot Bonnet. We back. Feeling blue. Ooh, this is a good one. Groudon. Okay, so Groudon is going to be a gym break. All right. Lovely. The girl I was interested in isn't that interested in other stuff. Sorry to hear that, Mr. A. Perez. Sorry to hear that. Don't sweat it, man. Getting rejected is part of the process. So if a person rejects you, that's just part of how it works. Eventually you find someone who doesn't reject you. And in the meantime, you can keep improving yourself. So you can keep working on building muscle, getting ripped, losing some weight, improving your finances, working on your career, educating yourself, reading books, culture, getting cultured and all that good stuff. So you can keep expanding your vocabulary and educating yourself and working out and, improving your career. And then in the meantime, you can keep asking girls to go out with you. So, yeah, it's all part of the process. I'm at the gym so I can sweat the sadness away. I thought it was my internet. Damn, but bro. Can't be saying damn, okay? You're going to get me tricked. You're going to get me in trouble. I'll be saying damn over here. Here's Danny Say No More for my Weiss Kuromi BGS slab away. $80, Danny Say No More. All right, $80 it is. Mr. Danny. Here it is. Kuromi Black Label. This goes down to $340. Boom, updated. That's an $80 order that we serviced in like seconds. Good morning, mister. It's nice putting your stream on while I drive to work in L.A. Ooh, L.A., man. Man, it's so tempting, the idea to go to California. It's a tempting thought. But, you know, I was just thinking about another thing today, that if I moved to L.A., not only would I pay the higher taxes, it could be really expensive to hire somebody to help me if I lived out there, because they would require pretty substantial income in order to pay for their own cost of living in California. It really does seem like I ought to move to a cheaper place. You know, we were talking about it today. We're kind of leaning toward Charleston, South Carolina. Matthew Hill says, one spot for the Moonbreon, one God Pack of Prismatic. Yes, instant God Pack. Here we are. Reno, Nevada, and Charleston, South Carolina stand out to us. Funny how PSA never really took ownership for accepting too many cards than they could handle. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It doesn't make them look bad, do you think? I don't think it makes them look bad. I think it makes them look super duper duper high demand. It makes them look almost like, you know, like you can't access them unless you're rich. You know, that's what they were doing. Their prices on their grading was ridiculous. One God Pack, one spot for the Moonbreon. Yes. Okay. Rejection sucks, but I'll get over it. Yeah, I wouldn't even sweat it, man. Think of it like a game you're playing. And in a video game, let's say you're playing Mario and you're boop, 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 and then you fall off a cliff. You go, Mamma Mia, and then he just respawns. So you just respawn. So you just go again. And so if you want to finish the game very quickly, you just jump off a lot of cliffs, you know, because you're going to get through the game very quickly. And so if you think of it that way, it really stops hurting so much because you don't think about it. One spot for the Moonbreon. Okay, Moonbreon's on the table. He is 6 out of 23 already. 6 out of 23 and me. All right. Larry Skill, Dreepy, Flareon. I think one of the things when it comes to like picking a girl to ask her out, part of the problem is you get committed to her before she's even said yes. You know, you look at her and you start going, oh yeah, I like her. There's things I like about her. So all of a sudden, it's like shopping for a home. You're like ready to put in an offer on the home. And then your real estate agent comes back and says, that one's already off the market. And you're like, damn it. I was all emotionally ready to get that home. But yeah, you got to get over it real fast and be like, next. Waiter, next. I grew up in Minden, NV, underrated for sure, but I grew up around the area. It's beautiful and not so densely populated. Here's Martin, here's Mark, Matthew Hill. We're looking for Matthew Hill. We like that Reno, Nevada doesn't seem to get hurricanes, doesn't seem to get tornadoes. So that's a very attractive feature. The weather is more reasonable than the Las Vegas weather. We know you guys have the Sierra Mountains and Lake Tahoe, so there's some natural beauty. And you have proximity to California, so maybe we could take a trip to California from time to time. Those are the selling points. Additionally, Reno, Nevada is a no tax state, so we would save some money on our income tax. Plus, their property taxes aren't terrible. So then there's South Carolina. They have taxes that are a little higher than Missouri's taxes, so overall our tax burden goes up. They've got the ocean. They got a really nice ocean, in fact. They have warm water. They're pretty close to Savannah, Georgia, so you can drive down to Savannah if you wish. You can drive north to Wilmington, but that's a bit of a long drive, about an hour and a half. And, yeah, Charleston's got this really cool vibe. I like their colonial-style homes. Yeah, it just seems like probably a good place to invest in a home. Beaufort, TCC nailed it? That's what happened? Yeah, exactly. Because you know why? Because I know those feelings. That's the only way to nail that is I know the feelings myself. Here's Groudon. Here's Electivire. Here's Charmander. And we got Luminion. And then Charmeleon. Very nice. Nathan Gordon says Umbreon spot. Here it is, Umbreon spot for Nathan Gordon. Umbreon up to 7 in minutes. In mere seconds. Girls can smell if you got dough or not. It's very seasonal and open land. I'm in San Diego, love it, but concrete jungle. I think I'm ready for a little bit more of a concrete jungle because I've been living in the farmlands for a while, man. I've been living out here in the boonies and in the sticks. I've been living in the countryside, and we've been kind of missing some amenities we used to have when we lived in the St. Louis County. We wish we could have those again. But not just that, we've been working very hard for 8 years. We've saved up a lot. We feel like we could roll all of our stuff over into one nice house, and we're thinking a lot about doing that because currently we have 3 homes in Lake of the Ozarks. So we think if we sell all 3 of these homes, we can upgrade to maybe like a more prestigious home in a more prestigious area. We are. Or we could be the richest, I don't know, we could be part of the wealthy out here in Loserville. No, I'm just kidding. Not Loserville, but you see what I'm saying, right? Like you can feel like a wealthy person in a poor area or a poor person in a wealthy area. So we're kind of making one of those decisions right now too. Like how do we want to, could we squeeze into a place like Naples, Florida? Could we squeeze into a place like San Diego? Or do we want to buy a nice big house in a place like Missouri? And that's a real choice. It's very different lifestyle for each one, I suppose. Did these just fall out of their bag? What happened here? You ever think about that? So if you're living in a wealthy area and you feel poor in that area, you could buy a much nicer house in a poor area. You move to a state that's not full of wealthy bazillionaires. What are these things? Oh, here they are. Got it. Can I get the knockdown, the $29 Umbreon, down to be the second Sarah Luge? I have $100. There. I suppose you could. Knockdown and Umbreon. Sounds good to me. All right. Got these little baggies for the bulk cards that we'll be selling eventually. Those bulk packs. Nobody ever bought this. I thought the guy said he was buying this, didn't he? I thought he was buying that Dratini. Maybe he changed his mind at the last minute. Oh, I have $100 store credit. What's the name on the store credit? James Bean, isn't it? Okay. And he has said he wants Knockdown. And he wants an Umbreon. Aha. So you got 33 and 29. What is that? $62. Under James Beam. The name's Beam. James Beam. So you see, Mr. Beam, I am holding the cards. 62 minus 100 is, what, 38? 38 remains. I'm in Kansas. Where are you? You're in Kansas. I'm in Missouri. I'm in Missouri. Well, shucks. What do you like about Kansas? There we go. You have $38 remaining. Did you say you wanted one more thing? Down to be the second Sarah Luge. Down to be the second. I don't know what that means. There we go. The corn. Yes, the corn. Beautiful slowpoke coming onto the table. Windmills. I've driven through Kansas before to Nebraska. My dad worked in Nebraska one time, and he had to drive through Kansas City to get to it. And he took me and 2 of my brothers with me. And I don't remember seeing much in Kansas, to be honest with you, man. I think Kansas has it worse than Missouri. Missouri's got more stuff in it than Kansas, I suspect. All right. Some states in the United States do not have a lot of things to do in them. Slowpoke. Good farmland, maybe. All right, let's see. That's yawn number 1. $39. Might as well make it 40. That Dratini is lovely. This is a rainbow Dratini. Haha, lovely. Skibbity boop boop ba-doo. We drove through Oklahoma, and for like 5 hours, there was nothing. Yeah. Well, I mean, that does happen in a lot of states. There are chunks that are not cities, obviously. There it is. Oh, got a hair there. I shaved my head again. Got that summertime haircut. Here we are. I'm new here. Can I get a free slab? Okay. I think that I read somewhere that the Cincy area is one of the fastest growing parts of the U.S. Cincinnati, like right next to New York. I heard that Cincinnati's not bad. Okay. Travis Nova plus 20 store credit for Travis Nova Moonbryon break. Plus 20 store credit. You got it, man. Mister's getting hair surgery. I'm getting hair surgery. Okay. Ah, there you are. I see it. Now my hair is good. I don't need it. My hairline receded, but then it stopped. So I just look a little older and a little bit wiser. But actually, I got a good head. I got a good head of hair. There it is. Didn't thin too much at the top. It looks nice. Some guys it thins real bad. So I get to keep my hair. I'm lucky. All right. Maybe it will get worse one day. I hear, like, as you age, I hear there's, like, certain ages where it gets worse. Mister, let's see. You can't see my hair. Can I be the 2 of 2 for the 33 on the PSA 10 Sarah Luge? Oh, the battle, you say. Oh, well, there's only one battle, right? Is this the battle? So we've got a Groudon battle. I don't see another battle. I don't see I'm sorry. I don't see another gym break. Sarah Luge gym break. I don't see a Sarah Luge gym break. If you thought there was a Sarah Luge gym break, I think it might have already ended. But we got this lovely break. Would you like to be in here? This is Groudon. He's real solid. Popular. It's not called a battle. It's actually called a break, yeah. I just didn't know. I don't see a Sarah Luge up on the table. He says, oh, that's it. This one right here. You got it. So this leaves you with $5. There it is. And we're going to create a scorecard for you now. Oh, we don't write on it. Can I get a Diet Coke with a side of fries? Yeah, you got it, man. I'm actually going up there to Missouri next weekend to go to a store called Pokey Nerds. Oh, that's cool. Missouri, we've got Kansas City. Are you going to Kansas City? Oh, wrong slab. You're going to this slab. Okay, he's looking for one other person to join him. Happy Thursday night, Friday morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great time in our stream tonight. Here's our giveaway. This is from NHCC. Nathan Gordon going up there. Is he already on there? So 6. Nathan Gordon. 7. Devin Hensley. Number 8. Railfan Noel. No. Harsh Badge. Harshborough. I am him them. Okay. Patrick Diaz. All right, we're going to stop there. And I'm going to go hit refresh on that. So in order to participate in the next round, you're going to need to retype NHCC. There we go. It's been reset. So if you want to be in the next round, you need to type NHCC again. We're going through Kansas City, Brooklyn. I stopped by some sports cards and other stores. Oh, that's cool. A lot of my relatives live in Kansas City, but I haven't seen them in years. 18 years. Really long time. Wonder how they all turned out. What do we got here? Oh, those are nice. All these cards, man. Oh, that Magikarp shouldn't even be over here. That should be in my box. Set that there. Whoa. How do I have so many cards? All right. We have an order. Andrew Martin, Groudon Gym Battle. There it goes. Andrew Martin's joining you. We're going to need both of these. Okay. Check over here for Andrew Martin. Aha. Found you. Well, yeah, we put this here. And let's grab his card. Let's go. Good game. Let's see who pulls it. Who's going to do it? Mr. James. And, oh, right, we played with these. And Andrew Martin. Good luck, you two. Gym breaks are very popular, I noticed. I think it makes a lot of sense because it's a break that only requires 2 people. As a result, you know the results of the break very rapidly. I don't know if I can go again, but I got lucky for once. Says Devin Hensley. Oh, for the if it spreads into 2 streams, you can go twice, but it's once per stream. Can you read my Discord message? Maybe. Oh, that's an NHCC Discord message. Oh, is it this one? I'm mailing you some cards as a giveaway. Oh, yeah, here, let me give you that address real fast. There you go. All right, back to this. Ready? So, we got Pidgeot for James. It's not bad. And Kadabra. That's going to be James taking round number 1. Round number 2. Oh, he's going to win round number 2. Oh, maybe not. Machamp's 100 HP. Oh, but Dragonite's also 100 HP. It goes right over to Mr. James Bean. How about that, Mr. James? Right away. That was pretty easy. You got the 20 HP card. That adds 20 HP to the next card you pull. And you pulled Dragonite, so he came out to 120 HP. He beats Machamp. Pretty dang lucky. How about that, guys? All right. Sorry, Mr. Andrew. Andrew, you have had 4 feints, so now you have equal numbers of feints and hits. And then Mr. James, put a little scratch on top. That represents how many times you've been the person to pull the big card out of these gym breaks. So, Andrew, you get this cute little snob. That's right. You don't walk away totally empty-handed. You still pull a little thing. There it goes. Snob. Pretty cute. And this goes to our friend, James Beam. Okay. Hello. Pretty cool, right? So I suppose what I need to do now is pick a new card to do the same thing with. This is an alt art. How about this one? It is a fish, but it's a very nice fish. You know, this is an alt art that gets pulled out of Brilliant Stars. And it's in English too, isn't it? Keep the price really tight on this one to help it out. Pretty good price. I thought 58 was really good already. We need music for gym battles. Maybe if I had like a soundboard. One Pokey Shuffle for Mr. Nectaria combos. All right, Pokey Shuffling it up. Cool. Pretty big box. Let's see what you get. Hey, what's up, Lockjaw Jones? How's it going, man? Hope you're having a nice night. Oh, that's Togetic. One cold one. All right, that's a cold one, Mr. Nectario. Mr. needs the soundboard. We didn't ever have a true soundboard. What we had is just our computer playing some goofy sounds. But yeah, that'd be fun to have some sound effects. I wish I had a true soundboard where it like sat over here and I could like hit the button or something. I would suggest using the Pokemon Battle theme. That'd be pretty cool. This time I'm actually leaving. I had a lot of fun talking to you, man. Have a nice night. Okay, so now we have this cool card. So this is the old maid, like, I guess this is the most important card in the old maid game. It's the last card. You don't want to be stuck with this. Notice how he's all stinky. I love it. Okay. That's coughing, and he's not terribly expensive either. I like how he's vibrantly red. The back of the card is blue. Look at that. That's a dramatic looking card. I love it. I love it. Oops. All right, well, that's fine. Coughing. Yeah, about 33. I think we already figured that out. I think I have one of these for sale in a PSA holder too, right? The slabs show off the color well. Yeah, they're really pretty. Andrew A. Martin says, get me into the fish battle. You got it, man. Time to redeem yourself. Boop. That fish is ready for another person. The slabs show off the color well from tag. Beautiful fish art. Okay, what do we got here? We've got Miltank. We've been showing off Miltank a couple times. Fearo's definitely been on the table plenty of times. Here is Electric Battle Pikachu. That is a lovely Umbreon for $29. And the Princess. Taking a picture of this now. So as you guys know, we take a picture of our slabs for sale and we post it to Discord servers. Here it is. This is going to say... all slabs mail. All slabs made. Okay. Have you had Waterburger? I've never had Waterburger. What about you guys? Have you ever had Waterburger? Hey, Mister, have you ever had Waterburger? What happens if a commission slab doesn't sell? I have a separate box down here just for those kinds of slabs that don't sell and they're on commission. And I suppose if a person is tired of waiting for them to sell, they can actually tell me to just mail it back, especially if you pay for a round of shipping, so you get the mail back. So here's a round that hasn't sold. We've got a LaFlame Palkia PSA 10 Diamond King of Diamonds. Here's a Starmie 10 PSA 9. Here's a Cloud9 $24. Lycia's Bussy Appeal, and here is Rattata. Now, if you are the person who owns the commission slab, you can give me an instruction like drop all my remaining slabs by 10%. So you can tell me to do that, and then I'll go in and drop them all by 10%. Or you can tell me like drop them by 20% or whatever, right? Oh, I just put them in the wrong box. Put the fries in the bag. That's right. Put the fries in the bag. Put that there. But that's what's going on. Drop mine 10%. Okay, so let's do that. That means his cards are cheaper, everybody. This could be really hard to do if there's a lot of slabs in there. easy to do when there's only a couple, but as it expands to larger and larger amounts, it gets harder to find. Harder to find who's who. Maybe I can store some back here for the moment. Ugh. This whole area needs to be gutted, man. This whole area. We've got too much. We just got too much stuff. We were selling so many of those Magical Girls Weiss, and now all of a sudden we're not selling one of them, you know? And so those are all still laying around, but they're not in demand anymore. And it's funny how demand can drop like on a dime. Okay. Yoan, La Flame. Did you order through PayPal? I do, and it takes a few minutes. Is Philip here? I ordered a while ago. Oh, what was your order, Mr. Philip? I did like an hour ago. Philip Webb ordered an hour ago. Ooh, tell us what the order was. We'll take care of you. We'll definitely take care of you. Everyone gushed out, I guess. So there's quite a few of these unsold commission slabs. They eventually got rotated off. Making Palkia the king of diamonds instead of Dahlia is crazy. Umbreon Break and 4 Poke Shuffles. Umbreon Break and 4 Poke Shuffles. We're going to do that for you right this moment. I must not have seen that one for some reason, huh? Okay. There's that. This takes up to 8. That's now 8 out of 23. About 16 spots left, roughly. 15 spots left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. All right. Ah, Dragapult. That's nice. Very good. Ooh, lovely. Look at that. All right. I wonder why it didn't show up. Let me make sure it wasn't a pending one or something too, okay? I doubt it was, but let's just double check. I'm from India. How are you in India? How's India doing? I hear you in Pakistan. You guys in Pakistan were about to go at it. That wouldn't have been good, would it? That would have been bad. All right, so there we go. We found all your remaining slabs. Assuming I didn't accidentally send any into the big boxes, which I suppose is always a possibility. Don't people get eaten in India by tigers? I sent a ZELLE. Let's go, Indy. Okay, so let's just take a quick look for Philip. I don't know why I would have missed a Philip. When people ask you to sell, do you look what they have to see if it's appealing? A little bit. I kind of, you know, if it's a really unappealing round. Yep, there it is. Let me make sure I didn't miss any others around it. Nope, I didn't miss any others around it. I actually remember that time period. I'm surprised that got missed. So, like, it's been Tammy, Anthony Kalura, and La Flame, and I kind of knew that all three of those were going to be decent. Okay, so we'll set you up with the new price. That's now $95. Okay, that's going to be minus $25. 240. Okay, we have this Lilo and Stitch. That's supposed to be about minus 17 maybe, so minus 17 is 70 minus 13, which is the same as 60 minus 3, 157. I don't know if I did that right. No, that's correct. Okay, we got the Kaiju Gray, minus 17. Which would be like, what, 153? That's quick math. Hard to do quick math. So there's an Umbreon. Noticing a trend here, none of these are 10s. This guy's a 10, but he's a pricey 10. Marker's gone. Not marker, that was a sticker. Hey, Brandon Boutillier, better hop in Jade's moving fast. I thought the line was like extra long or something. It was at the start. Yeah, it was. You should have seen the daytime stream. That one, I was trying to move so fast to try and squeeze it all in. Try and get it all done. Okay. Okay, and ooh. There it is. Mr. LaFlame has lowered all of his slab prices by 10% to try and get you guys a little more enticed in some of these slabs. So we'll send them up on the table for a fresh rotation. Do you have any Mimikyu Gengar tag team? Yeah, that's the one everyone wants, huh? To tell you the truth, I do. I just don't know if I would sell it. I'm working with Mr. Zen Collectibles to sell him one as a red label. Can I pay LaFlame with the smooches? Finish the box battle. We have something called a box battle. That's where one person gets the entire box. It's $40 to try and pull it. You have a 1 in 8 odds. Okay. How much do those go for? Oh, 5 bazillion. So now we have an order from Anthony Kalura, Luminian Gem Break. All right, I believe that's over now, right? Good luck. Don't forget there's ZELLE order. Have no fear, have no fear. Just doing things in order. Anthony Kalura, that's right here. How did you get a hold of cards with spades and jokers? I said, get over here, spades and jokers. That's what I did. The Gengar tag, $200. Yeah, he's so cheap. Cheap and affordable. Okay. 8 people for the Mooney. I'm tempted. It's Chinese. Yeah, I do have Chinese Gengar Mimikyu, but he's not necessarily for sale. I think I'm just saving him for breaks. Okay, we've got Squirtle. Sorry, Andrew. That's going to be a tough one. Anthony. Charmander. Charmander should lose to Squirtle. That's how it should actually work. But in this case, Charmander's the winner. All right, now, round number 2. So, Anthony. Bulbasaur, we just pulled all the starters. That's going to be tough. All right, let's see. Oh, my gosh. Anthony Kalura just sat on you and took all your Pokemon cards away. Andrew Martin, I apologize, man. Round number 2 did not go your way either. That sucks. How did you get the Spades Pokemon card? Like this one? This one? I suppose I just wanted it really bad. There we go. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Here's this little heart butt looking thing. Looks like a peach. All right, pretty close to the end there, Mr. Anthony. He stole them. He sat on them 2 in a row. When I saw the team-up cards, I bought the Gengar Mimikyu Rainbow thinking it was the best, not realizing there was an alt art worth more. A lot of people didn't understand that alt arts were going to become the most important card back then. Everybody thought that maybe Rainbow was the big deal, you know? Okay, and Andrew Martin shall receive this card here. What's a modern card you can go... What's a modern card you can see go to the moon? Ooh. I don't know. That's really hard to predict, actually. Anthony Kalira. You want to know my favorite Scarlet Violet card? It's not the Umbreon. It's actually the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. That's still my favorite. Okay. These have gotten slightly cheaper. $99. It's like 29 degrees Celsius. My favorite is the Bubble Mew. He's good too. I like Bubble Mew. He's good. Oh, we have Mr. James Beam. Let's run it back in the battle with Danny. And can you open a Korean Black Flames? So, Mr. James, we will put you down here for having 35 store credit because you just missed that break. I suppose there's no other gym breaks available. I'm going to go ahead and buy Dark Celebi from Mr. LaFlame. It's just a little bit cheaper, and that just makes it a bit enticing. Oops. Okay, so you you get $69, Mr. LaFlame. Can you believe that it turns out that way? Should have graded 10, you know? Should have graded 10. It makes me mad. All right. All right. There it is, $94. Ready? I love me some 69. There we go. Don't really need the red marker for this one, but... So this one will be 45 plus 3, which is 48. So this one's a little pricier than the other breaks. You definitely stand to lose more if you miss. That's the gym break. Dark Celebi. Pretty cool vintage card from Hidden Legends. Take a look at that. Holographic. So very cool. That's a vintage card. All right. He also wants a box of Black Flame. Black Flame. Do I have Black Flame? I don't think I have a spare box of Black Flame. So let me go grab a box. Okay. I'll be right back. That is one full table. Very full. All right, you ready? That is a must-have for Celebi collectors. I think it's cool because it says dark. We have Sine Gordura. What's up, man? How's it going? It's getting late. 4:10 a.m. in the morning. That's pretty late. There we go. Mr. James. Is there shipping tomorrow? There better be. If Alexis doesn't come in for shipping, I'll have to personally do it myself. I kind of wish she had come in for Wednesday shipping. I don't like that super long wait time. I don't think that's good. All right. It should say black. Once you go black, you never go some other way. Flame on! Is Karis usually awake when you're done streaming? No, not right away, but by the time I'm going to sleep, she's beginning to wake up. We see each other a little bit right at the peak of dawn. There it is. She has been sleeping alone all these years. She doesn't like it. All right, James Bean. Pull in belly bolt. Okay. Oh, man. That really hurts, dude. Skin there hurts. Cold. Cold. Aha. Here's a cold one. Palafin? That's Palafin, right? Ah, the Scizor. He looks cool. Mr. Too much of a workhorse. Yeah. We're close, man. We're close. I really feel it. I'm like Dutch in Red Dead Redemption. You know how Dutch is always like, one more job and then we're heading west. That's how I am with Karis. One more job and then we're heading west. I swear. We're so close. I do that all the time. When are we gonna live life? Oh, one more job. One more year. All right, you ready? Darker eye. Have some damn faith. All right. Togi Kiss. Ooh, Tyranitar. All right. Cold. Ooh. Super. Okay, here's the peppers. Cold. Entei. Cold. Tornadus. The flower. Oh. I don't give Dutch no money. What? You don't trust Dutch? Okay, here's toxicity. Absolutely. That game was so fun. I didn't expect to enjoy it so much. Really didn't. Oh, no. Rubber Vroom. Kind of a stinky box there, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of opening cards. Thank you very much, Mr. James. Arthur should have lived. Nah. Arthur need to die. I think we're making you a first-time bag, aren't we? Are we making you a first-time bag? I can't remember. Pretty sure we are. Javier Arroyo's bag. All right, let's get your fresh bag. Here it is. I trusted Hosea more. There we go. I just tried to get a cookie recipe from Grok, and all it said was something about white genocide. I'm so confused. What? Grok is the AI from Elom. Yeah, I kind of avoid that place. That place is super toxic, man. At first, it's fun. Like, it's fun being there, and there's all these people fighting, but it's bad. It's bad for your mental health, I think. So I get out of there. I do not hang out on X. Do you guys hang out on X a lot? It's too stressful. I don't need all that. I just need to relax. There we go. Oh, man, I can't believe we're blasting through May so fast, huh? That game hits right in the feels. There we go. All right. Oh, Karis played it. It was like her favorite game ever. So here's Blasty Boy. Mayreep. I never go on X. Here's Gengar. Every time you go on X, it's literally everyone just fighting over like race wars and stuff like that. It's pretty bad. Here's Absol. It makes me sick just thinking about it. It's too much. It's too much. It's super toxic. All right. Well, It is 4:16 and there's no orders in the queue, but I'd love to see some fresh orders in the queue. So send something in, guys. Now, in the meantime, this Absol's got to go in the Pokey Shuffle. It's a nice $30 card. He's got to go in here. It's too cheap. Too cheap. I live on X Twitter. Oh, you like it? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like Elon Musk a lot. I like his Neuralink. There we are. I think Neuralink's really... I was showing you, actually, that I ran off and bought some Tesla stocks because that news article about the one guy who was completely disabled, like he couldn't even talk, came out, and they installed a Neuralink into his brain. Then all of a sudden, he was able to talk using a computer without even typing on the computer. He was just thinking on the computer, and then they used AI to mimic his voice and everything. And I'm like, nah, this is too big of a deal. So I ran off and I bought Tesla stock when I saw that. So I like Elon Musk, but the political obsession's too much for me. It's too much. It goes too far. Like there's a point where it's like, you know, I feel like life is a little bit about make your money, go buy your house where you want to live, probably exercise and eat, and then make love or something, right? And there's this extra portion where you have some time to get into politics. But if that's like too big of a portion, you know, it might be an addiction. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like I've known about politics and I've talked enough politics that I know it can be like an addiction. Like it becomes like a lifestyle, except, I mean, you don't get paid to talk politics. You know what I mean? Most people, only people like Ben Shapiro or something are getting paid to talk politics. So most people don't get paid to talk it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So that's the Absol. I live in X because that's where I get most of my infos on crypto. Oh, very good. That is a very good reason to be on there. We are. All right. Lovely. Thinking what you want to say and the computer says it. I'm ready for my Digimon adventure. That's crazy. Law of Flame, maybe I'll start going on more. Twitter's the only one I use. Mr. Price up that old maid Pikachu for me. Old maid Pikachu. I use TikTok. TikTok is, maybe I go there for the brain rot. I go to TikTok for a funny laugh. Sometimes I run into something funny and lighthearted. Here's Ionis Watrel. Oh, this is some nice stuff, huh? Imagine being hooked up to the internet. Yeah. This Articuno is pretty nice, isn't it? Take a look at this Articuno, huh? Ooh. That's a fancy looking card, isn't it? I wish I could hold it up against a black backdrop. Okay, let's take a quick look at the Tag 10 price. Tag 10 Articuno. 102. Oops, I typed in 12. Ballerina Cupertino. Me. Imagine being hooked on the internet. Dang. So, this is going to be, what, the lowest price? It looks like it's going to be $54. Okay. I'm on TikTok because I got to know my latest update on Joshua Block. He's my favorite content creator, Joshua Block. Can't get enough of him. There you go. I'm not an alcoholic. Greetings, my sheeple. What? Let me click on this. Here's Javier Arroyo. What's up, Mr. Two Azure Lane, Volume 2? Oh, really? Oh, really? Where do I keep my Azure Lane Volume 2s? Over here? Ooh. That's Bunker Volume 2. Oh, he wanted Azure Lane. How do I always mix those up? I always mix those up. My B. I was ready to crack open a whole new box and everything. Okay. 2 boxes of Sneaker Bunko. 4 rockets. Rockets. I have it back. Also would like you to sell my Luffy wanted poster card, please. I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a slab that you just had graded and it came back? I can't remember. CC for mod. That's it. CC's a mod. All right. I think being mod's dangerous. I think if you're a moderator, it's like you're at a higher risk of getting into a fight with me. It is. Being moderators, a little bit dangerous. Here's Persian. That's one of the things I've had the GameConomist and I've had the Cardconomist. Two YouTube channels. The other YouTube channel was even higher volume than this one. We would get like 500 viewers per stream and millions of views per month. And so, and we had like 40,000 people in the Discord server. And it's an interesting thing because I feel like becoming a moderator was like the best chance you had of getting into a bad fight with me. You want to fight with Mister? Just be a mod. Yeah, exactly. I think it's because if you're just somebody who's part of the crowd, I don't really care what you do. But when you're a moderator, I care a little bit what you do. Here it is. Ooh. All right. Javier Arroyo. I think what that means is being a moderator is really good for somebody who just kind of chills and doesn't act too crazy. All right, here we are. Let's see. It's exactly why we're going to have to take Mary and turn her into the head mod. Put them up, mister. Put them up. Put an order in on the Fartacuno. I'm surprised I didn't take the Fartacuno and turn this into a break. That should have been a break. All right, let's go. Sell my Luffy wanted poster. So, Mr. Javier, is he here? Did he mention if it was a... Oh, he says yes. Okay, I'll be right back, everybody. Javier. Me. All right. You also have this card too. Whew. So you got this manga card in case you want to sell that too, okay? You don't have to. I'll put it right here into the sold slabs pile, but just wanted to show that off to you. All right. Wanted Luffy. Okay. We have the Japanese version of the card. Excuse me. Here it is, the cheapest one, $233. That one right there. Great looking card. All right, so I'm going to, the commission rate is 0.73, or I'm sorry, 73%. And so that is what we'll end up doing for you. Ballerina cappuccina. Oh. Wasn't I just looking at this? Hold on. All right, 232. All right. I would have been perfect if it was English. Here you are, Mr. Javier Arroyo. Wow, that was pretty easy, huh? That's not going to become a break quite yet. We're going to let one more break on the table end, and then we'll probably consider making that a break. So, but that card's gone, Mr. Javier. You've been cashed out immediately. Here's Greninja. Here is Umbreon VMAX. Here's the Mega Mute. And here is the Quest sticker card. Ooh, lovely. Okay, pull this up here. That's up to 12. Who do you guys think deserves a free spot on this break? I think we got to give NHCC a free... Well, oh wait. He was giving this to us. I was going to say, it's NHCC's birthday. Let's give him a free spot. He gave this to us. He gave this box to us. You can put towards a fossil pack. Yes, I would be happy to do that for you. We have Devin Hensley. Didn't he already get on? He already got on. James Gower. That's James Gower. 13. Me. Whoever gave the slabs to NHCC. Who was that gave him the slab? That makes sense, doesn't it? Joshua Whipple. Joshua Whipple. Number 15. Good RNG. I hear Kara stomping around. She must have gone to the bathroom or something. La 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 la. Here's Julio Oliveira, the Japanese Articuno. Ah, here you go. Articuno. Nice. Very good. Thank you so much. All right. Perfect. David Morey's One Minecraft Hobby Pack. David Morey's. These packs are very special. These are $9 per pack. They have numbered cards in them. If you pull a numbered chicken jockey, you get a special role in our Discord server. Some of you guys are in the Discord server and care about that fun little stuff. You know, I was thinking, I have that little toy Gengar. It would be fun if we had more little toys like that. Where'd he go? I had him like 2 seconds ago. Where'd he go? I set him down and then I find him again. Okay, what do we got? The Golden Apple. Not numbered. Okay. Evoker and Farag. Okay, Mr. David Morris. Mr. David. I sent for 2 fossil packs. Ooh, that's getting very close then. And you're probably thinking about that too. Trying to find out where we put your stuff. Must be over here. Once more with feeling. One last shot. Ooh, I'm going to feel bad for you if you don't get that because it's a coin. It's a coin toss, isn't it? You have about 50% odd. very scary. Wait, were you getting a new spot, or were you paying off one that you already owned? Is that what did you exactly mean? Ah, yeah, okay, so he needs a new pack. Okay, so Javier Arroyo, taking a new pack. 650 minus 170 is what? 580? No. Let me get a calculator. I don't want to mess this up. I'm tired. $480. There we go. I knew it didn't sound right in my head. So I have $480 remaining, Mr. Javier. And okay, and now what's crazy is Mr. LaFlame is taking 30 and 31. Now, LaFlame, what we'll be doing is we'll be pushing everyone's spots together. Although I think this is your only 2 spots. Is that the deal? Okay, and they're already together, so perfect. So no need to worry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm telling you guys, 5 spots left can go like that. Because one guy can walk in with a lot of money and say, give me all of those. And let's see. The fossil sublist right here. You see, oh wait, we can throw that one away now. New fossil sublist, right? Well, look, that's already partially done. So what that means, spot number 32 is done. Because that'll be the fossil sublist, won't it? So it's just these 4 spots. That's the end game. That's when it starts to wrap up really fast. And I guess what that means for me, I'm going to have to locate a new vintage box for the next break, probably. Although maybe I can just give up one of my vintage boxes and call it a day and have a smaller collection and put that money toward buying a new home. That's probably what I'll do. I see the 6th spot at the bottom. It's 4 spots left. It's close. It's close. Very exciting. It always happens eventually. You know, it always happens eventually. Okay, Mr. Caleb Barr, we're cashing you out. Okay, Caleb Barra. Let's see. There it is. Very good. Caleb Barra. Okay. All right, there you go, Mr. Caleb Barra. Caleb is asking me to consider taking one of his cards. It's called the Ash Blossom card. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. He's asking me to consider listing that up on eBay. Might be able to work something like that out with them. So Caleb just got cashed out on the sale of all those slabs. All right. Pretty neat, huh? Well, let's see what's next. We have Andrew A. Martin, Dark Celebi. Oh, you're scary, dude. That's a big one. Andrew. Okay, Andrew's going in. Good luck, man. It's a good card. Really, it's crazy that it's so affordable. It's like from 2004, Hidden Legends. It's a Dark Celebi. Like, who's even heard of that? It's awesome. But unfortunately, graded 9. Very recent 9. Though we have yet to receive our jungle. Like, you can choose to grade it with Mr. Oh, yes. So I may offer pack grading again this round. I'm not sure. We'll take a look into the cost of pack grading. Otherwise, you can just have me ship it home to you. You can send it yourself to PSA. You know, it might be cheaper to send it yourself to PSA. PSA grading is really expensive when it comes to the booster packs. But sometimes they do booster pack grading sales. And when they do sales, that's when you should send it in. There's that Gyarados. Beautiful card. Did you guys see that up close? I'll get you the up close. Watch this. Ah, now that you see it, it's really beautiful. Look at the artwork on the water. See the art style on the water? Classic collection Gyarados. By the way, these are not easy to grade. I've graded a lot of classic collections over time now, both for you guys and now a little bit for myself. A lot of these cannot grade 10. Surprisingly, there's some kind of factory error that occurs with these cards. Besides issues like off-centering and white dots, there's not going to be a lot of that on the Japanese ones. But there's a factory error where there's a notch up on this corner. It happens all the time. So those are quite difficult to grade 10. Here's Raikou. Shining Celebi. Oh, 3.7 thousand. Buy it. It's a good one. This is one of those cards. This is from Neo 4. I know some of you guys are deeper pockets and you're looking for your next big catch. And I happen to not be a Celebi collector. There's otherwise nothing wrong with this card at all. It's actually a very good high-end card of a legendary Pokemon. Here's Totodile and Ghastly. Ooh, Ghastly. Sending for Gyarados just in case I faint. So that you don't feel bad about it. You go home with the card tonight. No, he's a really nice card. Especially, did you see how we zoomed up? And then all of a sudden you can see how pretty he is. It's a great looking card. All right. Ugh. Beat me to it, Andy. Doobie-dee-doo-be-doo, scooby-dee-bee-bee buns. Skippity-doo-da-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. All right. Very nice. There's Andrew Martin's order for the Gyarados. Let me just toss that with your name on it, like this. Gosh, I have to sell so many of these just to pay off the cost of the raw cards themselves. The classic collection was kind of pricey until it got a bit cheaper later, but I was already buying it when it wasn't cheap. One time I was trying to sell my Legend Maker Gengar PSA 10 and the vendor told me it's not PSA 10 as it had some whitenings when he looked closer with the blue light. What do you think? So he's kind of assigning his own grade to it, and that's fine. He can do that if he wants. Basically, what you have going on is a weak 10. You have a 10 with the visible flaw, and PSA decided to give it a 10 anyways. I buy those. And I sell those. And I don't think about it at all. It's just part of the hobby. Some people want to buy a card that looks absolutely perfect. I get that. Like when I was shopping for this Gyarados was $19,000, and I bought it live. And when I was shopping for it, there were two of them listed, and I was kind of zooming into both of them, and I kind of tried to pick out the one that I thought looked better. This one cost like $2,000 more. So I got this for $19, but there was actually one for sale for $17. But I thought this one looked nicer, so I bought it. Would I have thought of the other one as a 10 as well? Sure, because it says PSA 10 on it. And that's just how it goes. I mean, I think when I first got started with this, I was really anal about it. Like, I made a lot of content talking about how PSA 10s are not really 10s. I made a lot of content complaining about, oh, PSA... You know, they call this a 10? It's got a white dot on the back. Okay, it's been years later, and I've way mellowed out. And the reason for that is because I bought and sold so many slabs now. And when you buy and sell a lot of them, you start to realize having a little white dot on the back is kind of the norm. It's actually pretty frequent. You run into it all the time. And not only that, but they sell easily. There's no problem selling them. So you begin to sort of change your understanding of what gem mint means. Gem mint does not mean perfect. That's just how it is. It doesn't mean perfect. Black label means perfect. And even pristine does not mean perfect. Pristine means 10, 10, 10, 9.5. That's a pristine. That's what a pristine is. If you look at Beckett, look at their little label. It says 10, 10, 10, 9.5. That's a pristine. So even a pristine's not perfect. And a gem mint is below a pristine. Now, PSA, they don't have a pristine grade and they don't have a perfect grade. But it's my opinion that that's actually a mistake. They should have those. They make a lot of sense. So the 10's always been sort of this thing where it's a really good card, but you're probably going to find a flaw in it. Like, you know, maybe the centering left to right here could be a little closer. Something like that, you know. And if you just look around, you're going to find problems. Like, look at this guy. He graded a 10 in the 5s. See that? The cert number of 5. And let's go ahead and zoom in. Okay, we can immediately see whiting on that edge right there. Do you see the whiting? You know it's whiting because if you turn the card this way, if you tilt it away from you, you still see the whiting on it. Those are white dots. A little bit. Tiny bit right there. See that? Still a 10. So I don't worry about that kind of stuff. And if a vendor does that to you, he's allowed to do what he wants. But to be honest, if he was going to get a good price on it, that's his loss. He should have taken the card. And if you're ever uncomfortable with it, just ask for it for less money. Just say, you know, yeah, it's a 10, and yeah, the cheapest buy it now price is XYZ, but I can see yours has a big white dot on the back. Why don't you give it to me 20% under the cheapest buy it now, or something like that, you know? So you should negotiate a lower price for it, and then when you go to sell it, try to sell it at full price. See if the other buyer cares about the white dot. Maybe they don't care about it. So, and that's all part of the game, isn't it? It's like a game that you're playing. So look at this guy. He was graded 2.6, PSA 10. Zoom in with me. Big white dot. That's not even small. That's big. That's a big white dot. The corner's bad too. Look at the corner's got square. It's a square edge on it. Now, PSA would not do that with a more recent... Now, remember, this is why people chose PSA. PSA rose to prominence because they would grade this card a 10. BGS would have said, hell no. It's not even a 9. BGS would have been like 8.5. So people said, we don't want BGS. We want PSA because they're going to give us a nice 10. And that's why they're famous. And BGS gets not even a quarter of the volume that PSA gets. So when PSA has changed their grading so that their gem mints are more like a pristine 10, I think that's actually a mistake. I think they've gotten away from the formula that made them so popular. And that is an understanding that gem mint does not mean perfect. It means pretty close. And instead of taking their gem mint and making it so tough that it's like pristine, they should just add a pristine grade like every other freaking company. Every company has a higher grade above gem mint. PSA should do that. They don't want to. They're going to be unique. No, they're not. They're going to lose a bunch of market share because I'm going to go use the other companies because the other companies offer you a unique perspective on the value of the cards and the quality of the cards, right? Like if I had to choose between like Beckett Pristine, Tag Pristine, CGC Pristine, or PSA 10, well, I've got to say all those other Pristines look pretty good. I got no problem with them. But then on the flip side, if I got a bunch of PSA 9s that would have been 10 gem mint with the other companies, 9.5 gem mint Beckett, CGC 10 gem mint, Tag gem mint 10. I'm going to use them for sure. You know what I mean? I don't want PSA 9s. They do terribly. And so, yeah, the harshness of the grade is a very philosophical conversation to have about what card grading is, what it means, how it should be used. And, yeah, I think the vendor, you know, when they create, here's one of the problems. When you feel very negative and you create hard rules for yourself, like really tough rules about what you accept and what you don't accept, you actually miss out on opportunity. You have to be flexible, in my opinion. And you have to have, like, you can't be overly negative in this hobby or you're going to miss out on opportunity. All right, let's see. So here is Javier Arroyo, and he says, 4 Korean Terra Festivals. Ooh, okay. I think I have an open box of those somewhere, don't I? Or did we finish that box off? All right. Fresh box it is. How about that? Sends my cards to PSA. Boycott PSAs. Yeah. What black labels do you have in your collection? Just 3 or 4, I think. I don't have too much. I got a Chinese Latios that has not been paid off. But I think the guy still wants it, but he has not been paying it. And so he's going to lose it if he doesn't hurry. And then there's a black label Typhlosion Poker, black label Espeon, and a couple black label Hello Kitty cards are still floating about a boot. All right. That was my first time I experienced that. I was shocked. It clearly said PSA 10 on the slab. Yes. I had a seller that said buy the grade, not the card. And I I found that really funny. I thought that was ridiculous. And it's just like over time, I kind of get it. I kind of get it. You know, if you really want to sit down and you really want to care about the perfect grade on the card, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think there has to be a more flexible part of your brain that's also more understanding of the idea that card grading is not about perfect cards. It's really not. Perfect card grades are about perfect cards. That's the black label. The black label is about perfect cards. But most card grading is not about perfection. It is? All right. Ooh. Hope the dude pays up. He's not a bad guy. I think he's also a content creator, isn't he? So let's see. Where is he? Under slab away, control find. Latias. Rage quit bit. He got it back in December of 2024. He hasn't extended it. That one's got to be repoed, man. He told me he wanted to keep it. So he actually reached out to me. He's like, I really want to keep that card and pay it down. But he hasn't made one new payment on it. And it's from December. And so it's definitely expired, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, it says it's April 2025. And slabs from January must be half paid. That was April. And we're in May now. Yeah, that card's getting repoed. He's got a little bit of time left to come in here. The moment June hits, that card's mine again. He didn't pay it off. Poor guy. Damn, but I don't know. He didn't even make like one $50 payment or something. It's a $4,000. So the slab's $4,000. Actually, I wonder if it's more now. I think it's more now. But it's only that pricey because it's black label. See, the Chinese version of that card should be cheaper than that. But it's a black label. It is. But maybe it's cheaper than that now. Maybe one's coming on the market. Hey, Ogre Pond Mask, Javier Arroyo. Well, you put it up for sale at full. Yeah, it'll be back up for sale probably, or maybe I keep it. I don't know. It's a great card. I really strongly believe in the Chinese cards market because, you know, there's a lot of people in China. It is. So I have a strong faith in them buying a lot of cards. Repo must be tricky to deal with. No, it's not that tricky at all, actually. No, it's not tricky. It's very easy. It's like this. Yoinks! That's how it works. Ooh, did you guys see this? I picked this up earlier. Look at that swirl, huh? I had to buy this. Dark Typhlosion from Neo 4 with the perfect swirl. Beautiful card. And this one's really nice on the back, but you can still see a little white speck down there. Yep, run into that kind of stuff all the time. Okay, here you go, Mr. Javier. He's been gone for some time also. Yeah, I don't think he stopped in and said hi or anything. Dang, the art screams attitude. The Dark Typhlosion. This card has some attitude too, huh? Dang, dude, 2 large attitudes. All right. Here's Miss 6-3, Journey Togethers. 6, look what we got. Got something special for you. Look at that. Ta-da! So now we got to crack these open. 1. I think I just peeked. 2. Check lane blisters. Don't you love them? Ooh, yeah. Time to make 1,000,000 cardboards. Oh, the cards that come out or the booster packs that come out are so clean. If you wanted to grade booster packs, get them from those check lane blisters. They come out perfect. I mean, she's cute, but no clue who her character is. Maybe he rage quit. He's welcome to come back anytime, but I think that card's got to come back to me because he didn't make a payment on it at all. You know what that means? Repo! When you break a box, do you keep everything or just the hits? When you break a box, do you keep everything or just the hits? You mean like the fossil box? You're keeping everything in the fossil box. Here it is. You ready? All right. When I open up packs for you like this Journey Together, you forfeit this bulk because I'm not going to ship it. It's not just about shipping, to tell you the truth. It's actually this other very important issue. We have a very limited amount of room on the table itself. So the table has limited space on it, and we have to be able to fit everyone's stuff together in a small area. And so if everyone kept their bulk, that would be just virtually impossible. So that is a very large reason why we do bulk lists. But if you're talking about like booster packs that are over like $30 per pack, $35 per pack, you always do keep your bulk at that point. So when packs get too expensive, you do keep your bulk. And then when it comes to like a vintage box, you 1000% keep your bulk. I mean, you know, that's just the nature of vintage. Show off the box battle. These packs will be 10 times in 10 years. Sure, I mean, I can see that happening. Can you believe that the box Evolving Skies is hitting $2,000 almost? How crazy is that? I don't know what to think about it even. Okay, 6, you're in luck. Now you've got 2 baggies. We have a break running, the box battle break for a box of Journey Together. $40 per spot. There's 8 spots total. 4 people are in. We need 4 more people for it to go off. Why? Just scarcity? For what? I invoke the power of the mighty Carnotaurus, huh? Well, I'm feeling better, guys. That headache passed. At the beginning of the stream, I had like that headache. The headache's gone. Feeling much better. So let's see. What was I about to search? I was about to search something, but I started thinking about the headache. Oh yeah, not Evolute. Yeah, Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies booster box. There's one right here for $17.88. It says read. Look, when you look at the picture, it's actually crushed. Read. The description says, condition, new factory sealed, one corner of the box is dented, but the sleeves are undamaged. So he's got one that's ugly, all right? So, okay, that's fine. That makes sense. And then there's this guy selling for just $800. Oh, that's so cheap. Look, it's some guy with no feedback. And the craziest part, 6 of those have sold to somebody. Some poor person is about to get very ripped off. Okay, and so after that, you got one over here for like $1,800. Here's one for $1,800. Of course, you know, when you actually check out for that, that gets really close to $2,000 anyways because of the taxes. Crazy. And then if you go to sold, let's go to sold. If you go to sold and scroll down a little bit, bunch of box holders. This sold today, May 15, 1,900. What? Wow, man. Remember I bought it. Yeah, you did extremely good, man. You did extremely good. And I haven't really sold any more boxes since then. I didn't want to sell any more boxes. And I'm glad I didn't sell any more. Because, I mean, you just take a look at that price on that. It's just shocking. I don't know. It's shocking. And by the way, when you bought that $600 box, if you recall, that was probably slightly overpriced on the market, right? Because that's generally how I was selling those. And to think it would go from $600 to like nearly $2,000, $1,800, $1,900, that's just nuts. I got 7 cases of that. 7 cases. Let's just round it up for argument's sake. Let's round it up to $2,000 for argument's sake. In fact, I think if I sold them, I could sell them at $2,000 per box, you know, here on the table. And so there's 6 of those in a case. So that's $12,000 a case now. And I have 7 of those. I just can't believe how well that's done. 7 times 12,000. That's $84,000. What? So the initial investment would have been about 140 times 6 times 7. So the initial investment would have been this much, 5,880. That's how much I spent on my 7 cases. It was about 5,880. That's what I actually spent. And now they're probably worth times 6 times 7. Oops, did that wrong. Times 6 times 7. So that number is now like that. I really just don't think I know of any other asset that is doing that well. Maybe some cryptos are doing that well. Bitcoin's not doing that well compared to, I mean, that beats Bitcoin handily. Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin's gone up from like 25 to 100. So that's actually pretty close. But no, actually Evolving Skies is still better than that. I wish I just bought a whole pallet of Evolving Skies. I'd be retired. I'd be a rich guy. But But you couldn't have predicted that, and that's why they were underpriced back then. Now you've got prismatic, and people are expecting the same thing to happen. And so prismatic, the price is already too high. So there's no way to profit off of it the same way, right? Like a booster box of prismatic is already going to cost $2,000. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't do the same thing twice because people are already anticipating it. And that's the problem. That's why getting rich in the stock market or getting rich in crypto or something like that almost requires luck. Like you almost have to pick the winning horse before anyone else knows it. And that's the only time that the winning horse is cheap. When everyone knows it's a winning horse, you get bad odds on it. You get bad, you don't get a good payout. So it's really fascinating. Stock Bros in disbelief. Oh man, it's crazy. But you know, that's not the only booster box that's done well. Like they're talking about the Fusion Strike boxes getting up to 800, 900 now. Those were the same deal. Those were like $150 back in the day. I sold through all my Fusion Strike. I have like 3 boxes left. What I do have a lot left of is Silver Tempest. I got a couple cases of Silver Tempest, but a great deal of my money actually went toward XY cases, and those have done virtually the same thing. Those have all exploded too. So I've got a lot of slabs that are really decent, and then I've got a decent chunk of cases, and those have done well. And then I have a holdings of loose vintage boosters as well as booster boxes. All right, we got Tammy Low. Open 2 boxes of solo leveling. Cash out the rest of my credit. Can do through PayPal or ZELLE. What? Let's just see about that, shall we? All right, so 2 boxes of solo leveling, not 3 boxes. Let me go get some solo leveling from the other room. We're going to get some more. I don't know, Tammy. You just open up 8 of these, take the signature, and wave it in front of 6. Okay. Ooh. These are $8 a piece. Isn't that right? Let me see. Oh no, there's the ons. So it's 8. So that makes a box 80, right? How many packs in a box? I can't remember. It's like 80. Yeah, I'm just shocked with the Evolving Skies. I can't believe it. Nope. Evolving Skies does have an Articuno. Oh no. You brought the price down on these? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Actually, I suppose before you guys rush into them, I suppose I better double check that because I lowered the price just the other day. I better double check and see what the price is looking like now. Prices on this set change a lot. Yeah, that's right. Okay. They're going to stay where they're at right now. Our new exciting slabs. Any new exciting slabs tonight? Well, just the new ones that are also exciting, sure. Now, Tammy, 6 is going to be watching this like a hawk. Because she's going to be seeing if you pull any big signature pulls, and if you don't, she's going to be saying, I might have to open some of that. Because the odds are going to improve. New UBC for Prismatic coming out tomorrow. Yeah, and hopefully that'll drive booster pack prices down a little bit. Probably not. Maybe a little bit though, but probably not. But I already lowered my prices down to 17.5. It is very nice. Okay. What do you guys think of South Korea, huh? They made solo leveling and they made Squid Game. Pretty cool. They got their K-pop music that seems to be pretty popular in the West. Gangnam Style. This. They have the same problem as Japan, though, don't they? With the birth rates are falling dramatically. Okay, here's Sungjin Woo. Sungjin Woo. More like Zaddy. Here's Yoo Jin Ho. Cha Hae In and Choi Jung In. Oh. Some controversy in their beauty markets. How long do you think scalpers will be around? I mean, forever. Sungjin Woo. It's like asking, how long do you think people are going to buy, sell, and trade something that's trading at high volume? They're not going anywhere. It's a forever thing, you know. Okay. Tammy. All right. Okay. Oh. Now, Tammy, do you want me to keep any of that money as store credit at all? Like maybe $100 or something? It is. Woo Jin Chul. You can have it all cashed out, right? But I know you occasionally spend some money over here. And here are my thoughts on that. If you send me $100 back, that'll turn into a 3% PayPal fee. So there's a little money to be saved if you keep a little bit over here just for the next time you place some kind of order. Here it is. Maybe Destined Rivals. Maybe it's some sort of payment on like a booster pack slab away or something like that. Here we are. Keep like 200. Yeah, see, that's smart because actually PayPal charges me 3.5%. That's the amount they charge me is 3.5. And so if you know you probably make a little purchase in the future, you'll save me a little 3.5%. Think of it like a tip or something. Giving me a little tip there. Just letting it stay as store credit. Shazoom. All right. That's if you know you'll probably buy something someday again. Oops. Eventually they don't make enough and run away like rats. All right, there it is. Yoo Jin Ho. Lovely. Yoo Jin Ho's my favorite, man. It's like asking, how long do I think prostitutes will be around? They will be around forever. It's one of those things. $7.91. Scalping is pretty much just business in general, isn't it? All business is sort of like scalping. All business. Yes. Tammy's got a box over here with her name on it. Y'all should check out Yesterday I Dreamt. There you go. Didn't a politician in Japan suggest that they ban those animes where you're like reborn? All right, so Tammy will then have this show up and say $200. So you have $200 now, and now let's subtract 791 minus 200. So I'm sending you 591. I think I read that. I read that there's a Japanese politician saying they need to ban those animes where you're reborn because it makes, well, the theory is that it makes young Japanese people want to off themselves to restart. Well, if Pokemon starts printing sets into oblivion, the scalper problem might not be that big. They did that, though. They did that with Sword and Shield. Yeah, I mean, they could print to oblivion. Reincarnation is a sin to them? No, that's not it. But they think that it's driving people to commit unalive. That's all. All right, Tammy, I'm going to grab your email and send this right over. Tammy has a very cute email address. I can't share it, but it's very cute. Set over here. Wait until people realize that Pokemon doesn't sell packs at the same cost of making them. Yeah. The ultimate scalper is the Pokemon Company. Nobody makes more money than the Pokemon Company. All right, Miss Tammy. Okay. I think it's letting me send it to you as friends and family. Oh, you're lucky. That's so cool. All right, so you won't even have a PayPal fee on your side. That's good. I remember Shining Fates. People got burned on that because it was so printed. Shining Fates. Yeah, it was interesting. Well, that whole time period was really tough. You know, every YouTube video that kept coming out for Pokemon talked about how prices are falling. And I remember there was kind of this time period where I wasn't really making my money on Pokemon. I was making my money on, like, you know, like Weiss Disney or something like that, you know, just weird stuff. Weiss Disney, Union Arena. There was a bunch of different sets. And Pokemon, it wasn't an afterthought. We still sold chunks of it. But people really wanted, like, Pokemon Vintage or something, right? They're like, I just want your Vintage. What Vintage do you got? So that was what was selling, was Pokemon Vintage. We'd sell lots of Pokemon Vintage. Mr. Zachary Stekskowski, Celebi Gym Break. Oh, scary. All right, that's a bigger one. Tammy, 200. I was on the same boat. I waited my whole life to wait to die so I could get to heaven. Then I forgot to enjoy life itself. What? Okay. There it is, Mr. Zach. Mr. Zach. Speaking of getting into heaven, I was filling up my gas today, and there was a lady at the gas station, and she was just blasting Christian rock music. Here it is. And it was just really silly. Dear Lord, you saved my heart and my soul. Christian rock always has the same tone to it. It's sort of like annoyingly hopeful or something like that. It's like too much. This. All right. Like jars of clay. Our God is an awesome God. Yeah, something like that. Well, this song was about how this guy's soul was saved or something like that. And I had to listen to it because I was in the gas. I was gassing up my car, so I listened to the song for like 5 minutes. And it was just like, dear Lord, dude. Holy moly. Here goes. Shoop. Mankey. Oh, that's not a good start, Mr. Andrew. All right, Mankey. Zach, you beat him unless you pull like Rattata. Oh, there you go, Zach. Zach's 1 over. Are you ready? Round 2. Oh, now that's much better. Chansey. And, oh, but it's a tie. We enter round 3. Pidgeot's 80. Solid, decent. But it doesn't he beat Nidoking? No! All right, Andrew, it's been a wash for you today, man. Time to hang up your sombrero and cry, Mr. Andrew. I'm sorry, man. That sucks, dude. I was kind of rooting for you because I saw you go through the other ones. Zach's had some pain too, right? Look, Zach's even now. He's even. You have helped another trainer go even. I'm sorry. Send me to the nurse. Yeah. So you're not, if you look at it, it's not too bad. You're 4 out of 5, right? So your kill death ratio is not too bad. You're just 1 negative. Obviously, you must have been ahead earlier, but now you're 1 negative. And Mr. Zachary is very happy. He gets to, let me set this up. He needs the water badge, huh? I never remember the order. We should probably have these somewhat in order. Here they are. Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Zach. Zach needed a win, too, to be honest. Zach had a pretty rough week, I'd say, the last week or 2 weeks because of those EB2s not ever paying out. If I was Zach, I would have been happy even if someone else pulled the OP mango, because it would have just been nice to see that it exists somewhere and that you just were unlucky. But it never even showed up at all. We gotta take that sleeve away because it says LA on the back. Can't be having that. Our God is an awesome God. I remember, so I was raised Catholic, and Catholic music is always kind of somber, very somber, sort of like sacrifice this, sacrifice that. Oh, I'm going to die someday, ashes to ashes, that kind of crap, right? So the Catholic Church always has kind of like humility music, self-flagellation music. It's very reverent. And one time, our neighbor friends, they were inviting people to come to church with them because if you went, you got a little candy bag. And so my sisters were going to these, and they're like, you got to go because there's a candy bag involved. You know what I'm saying? So I went to one of their services, and I was so shocked. It was a Christian Baptist service, and it couldn't be more different than the Catholic Church. It was so uptone. It was so upbeat with the tone, and everyone was like, like, yeah, you know what I mean? They were like all cheering and happy, and they're playing that music, that Our God is an Awesome God song. That was the first time I heard that song, and of course it's very catchy, so it sticks with you. And I never forget the feeling like there's just no way that this is church. I was like, this is not church. There's just no way. It was a really big auditorium. Lots of comfortable seats. Catholic Church is very different. It's flat. The seats are wood. It's a wooden bench, right? Well, anyways, the churches we went to, they were all wooden benches. And, you get the priest, and he's like, I have superpowers. He's not just a guy to be like a pastor. Priest is supposed to be more than that. He has like the power. He has the power. He can turn wine into blood. So, there's this supernatural mystique kind of feeling, this exotic feeling you get a little bit from the Catholic Church to a certain degree. But when I was in the Baptist thing, I felt like I was just at sort of like a motivational speech. I was like, this is church. And this was an important detail to this story. I didn't know it was a Baptist church. I thought it was another Catholic church. And I was like, what is going on here? Righteous gemstones. The first time I went to a Catholic church, I was scared. I felt like I was about to be sacrificed. I had a friend who criticized the Catholic Church as sort of like going to the gym or something like that with like kneel, stand, sit, kneel, stand, sit. All right, Christine, lots of things to read. I need to cancel my pack break number 13 spot that I put in Slapaway since it's not right. I'd like to use the credit from the pack. Okay, so it looks like... Okay, so you would like to ship out. No problem, man. All right, so you got all this. So it sounded like we're going to cancel a slab and use the money to pay for the shipping on these. Here it is. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, man. Mega churches feed off the not-so-bright people. Well, I don't want to be that mean. I don't think that's fair. I think that it's true that there's probably people who get swept up into things like mega churches and, prosperity movements, motivational speaking, all that kind of stuff. I think it's important to note that some people have this personality trait called gullibility, and they just got tons of it for some reason. Some people do. And then maybe you have people on the opposite far side. I think maybe I'm in the opposite far side group where you're skeptical about everything. You just assume everyone's trying to stab you all the time. You're like, who's trying to take my money now? So I'm probably in that group. It's like paranoia. You trust nothing. Assume everyone's trying to take something from you. So I'm in the paranoia group. And I think maybe you reach that group after you've done something like gone through a bad family or something like that. You know what I mean? You stop being so trusting. You don't trust the government. You don't trust the tax man. You don't trust businesses. You don't trust school or education. Everything's got to be audited. You know what I mean? All right. So let's see. Okay, so there's a little bit of this you want to keep sealed. 2 Minecraft Series 2, 2 MetaZoo Hello Kitty, 2 2 Family Guy, 2 Battle Partner, 2 Heat Wave, 3 Gloria Team Rocket, 2 Gem Packs, 2 151 Chinese. Thank you. All right, let me get that for you. So let me reread it really carefully again. So 2 Minecrafts, Series 2, excuse me, Series 2. Well, Series 2 would be the time to mine. Is that what you mean by that? Time to mine? Or do you mean this? I feel like you probably want these, but maybe he means the time to mine packs. I'm in the group. I'm in that group too because of the army. Yeah, it's weird. I think people who maintain like a gullible personality their whole life are like people who were not hurt so bad. Like no one truly ever hurt them. But, you know, and then maybe they never learn to be less trusting. And then one day they do get hurt as a result of, you know, not being skeptical sooner. Here it is. It's actually a subject that's really fascinating to me. The subject of gullibility. Heavily fascinating. 2 Metazoos. Okay, there's 2 Metazoos. 2 Family Guys. We're selling some Family Guys tonight, guys. Look at this. Okay, 2 Family Guys. 2 Battle Partner. 2 Battle Partner. Okay. Let's see. 2 Heat Waves. All right, we're going to get you 2 Heat Waves. Three Glory of Team Rocket. Ooh, maybe you pull a hot one. 2 Gem Packs. I know we've had Gem Packs over here. Oh, yeah, there they are. I was going to say, I don't know if we ran out. I need a new box. I see why my shoes on because I'm always ready to get that bag. You're funny, man. All right, so let me just reread this again. Da-da-da. So the 2 Minecraft Series 2s, the only one I'm not sure about. I think technically that would be the time to mine set. Oops, what did I drop? Here it is. I don't remember where this is. I think it's in this box. I currently know a woman who's so gullible she's been buying her son blank for the last 3 years and she doesn't know why her son is a blank addict. Ooh, that's dark. Okay, so I assume that's what he means by Series 2 because this is the second one. Okay. Pop this in here. I'll get you a little gift, okay? Appreciate all the orders, man. Give it a moment. Let's see if I can reach the gift. Can I reach it? Is it even back here? Is this what I think it is? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to give him these 2 packs as well. And one of these too, okay? So little bonus packs. These are a gift. Good. And let's pull up this. Ooh, okay, we need a bigger box. How about one of these? All right. Makes me think of Karis's parents a little bit. They're going through some hard times right now, to tell you the truth. It's kind of a sad thing. Not much I can do about it on my side. Let's see, Christine Andrews. We're going to make sure that shipping address is correct, okay? Thank you so much, mister. The kids will love opening them. Oh, yeah, no problem. All right. PayPal's glitching out on me. freaking PayPal. Okay, we'll click on this. Ah, there it goes. Whew. So we're just double checking that address, making sure it's the same. Mr. Today's payday, and I have to make a payment on my slab away. Am I understanding, or isn't there a way I can check how much I still owe in Discord? Yeah, that's correct. So your slab away is always written down in a list in Discord in a channel called slab away. So yeah, and if you want, I can go look that up and read it out loud for you if you wish. Okay, so here's this, and here is the address, and let's go test that. Click. How heavy is this? This is pretty heavy. I decided I should try and marry a woman that has at least one sibling. If I marry a woman that's an only child, it will be very difficult to take care of her once her parents die. What? What are you talking about? It'll be difficult to take care of your own woman if her parents pass away? What are you talking about? Doot it, doot it, doot it. Literally, my parents gaslit me through my entire childhood. Maybe, no, I still don't understand it. Yeah, huh? Maybe, it's funny to hear the way people think about some things, because we all have different ways of thinking about family and stuff like that. There are 3 slabs also. Have no fear, I made it a heavier label, so we should be able to get those. All right. And now let's do real fast. Let's figure out that pack. Let's see. Okay, yep, it was only $20. Now, was that $20 owed to you, or was that part of the payment for those packs? Do you remember? My parents were always broke. Now that I make money, they just want to take it from me. Ah, that's sad, dude. My parents, they were bad in certain ways. One way they were not bad, they never asked us for money. And when we earned money, they were like, that's your money. And I'm older now, and somebody in my family must know I have some money on me. And to their credit, my parents have never asked for anything. I think they're too proud. I think they're very proud. They don't like that kind of thing. All right, so people that are single, only children, and have a deep attachment to their parents are more likely to suffer grief when they lose their parents. If your wife is not as strong as she can't take the pain, her husband will be the one who has to pick up the pieces. True. I think I see what you're saying. It's a bit of it's not a very heroic thing to say, I guess, to be like a guy and say, well, I don't want to be that woman's husband because, when her parents die, she's going to be a pain in the neck, and I don't want to deal with the depressed wife all the time. But I get it. It's kind of like you don't want to necessarily date a girl who's got more problems than you, maybe, you know what I mean, or contributing to your problems. Yeah, I get that. She will rely on you, but it's I don't know. It's a bit of a strange mindset a little bit too, because it's like, and maybe that's the whole Catholic upbringing for me. Is like the way I always viewed having a wife is you have this sort of pretty significantly dedicated responsibility to that person. But I couldn't even imagine marrying a woman and expecting like her siblings taking care of her. Like, what are you talking about? It should, but again, so we have our different experiences, different perspectives on the world. It's an interesting thing, Maybe you've seen something like that before, or experienced it with your parents, or seen other families go through those kind of complicated issues. I thought you were going to say her being a single child was going to make it harder to take care of the parents as they're aging, because the responsibilities are not divided between multiple siblings, and the costs are not divided between multiple siblings. So I thought that's what you were going to say. I didn't expect the other thing. Same could be with multiple siblings. Like, how much different is it? her husband. I see what you're saying. Yeah, even if she did have other siblings, like maybe they couldn't really console her. All right, well, it's 5:25 in the morning. It's time for me to wrap up, everybody. We had a great Thursday nighttime stream. I thought the daytime stream was pretty crazy, too. If only I could have started that stream sooner, but I did not. So we're going to wrap up here, and I got to get this shipping down to Alexis for the Friday shipping. Yep, just another solid day. Here are my thoughts. I've still got a lot of the tag slabs to price. We really haven't priced very many of them. And tonight, several gym breaks went off. Gym breaks are popular. Tonight, we finished the Felt Hat Pikachu and began Moonbryon. And he's clearly popular. He's already 8 spots long, 8 out of 23. So that occurred like within one stream. What is the Friday daytime stream going to be like? He might be flying. The Mega Break, yes, that's fine. Greninja, not getting as much love, but he is 4 out of 13. He'll finish. This not getting any love. That's now 1 out of 15. This is probably the news story, actually, over here. The Fossil Booster Box Break is getting a little bit closer, so that is ticking down, and people are probably getting... If you have a pack on Slab Away, you're probably a little bit nervous about wrapping this up now, but you still got some time, unless somebody walks in and just buys all those, but they might not. It might even drag on for a while. Weiss Magical Girls is kind of on pause, I guess. Nobody bought any of that in the last couple streams. That's interesting. And we've got Destined Rivals coming out very soon. That's interesting. Well, guys, I had a lot of fun. I'll see you tomorrow for the daytime stream for Friday. I'll probably be there. I hope to get something fun in the mail, but I can't think of anything I've ordered in the mail recently. So, yeah, thank you, everyone, for a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Can you check that slide away for me? Kyle Summers, yes. So here I am in the Slab Away channel in Discord. I'm scrolling up to the K's. It says Kyle Summers, PSA 9 Charizard, $210 remain. $210 remain. All right, thank you very much. Have a nice night, everybody.